Make sure the mic is working. Mic check, mic check. Listen, man. Liverpool is moving crazy in the transfer window. The season hasn't finished yet, but we're looking to sign a left back. The right back is already set up and done and dusted. Will we go and sign? Will we go and sign a centre defensive mid? And obviously the striker that we're looking for to go and finish off this great summer or great window. Jerry's in the building, Savage is in the building, and G is obviously late, the waste man. Big up to the man them first and foremost, man. Let's do the check-in before we start talking about football. How was the man them today before we start?
Oh, good.
Calm, man. Calm, man. It's working. Well, I'll be working, but I've got 2 screens and that, so I can multitask.
Nah, for real. Man. Big up, man. Big up. Sav, what are you saying, bro?
All good, man. All good, man. I got training done early. Couple clients. Stream, pre-record. Go out the missus' anniversary and that. Do my thing, but then come back.
Yeah, we say, bro. What you say? What kind of dinner are we talking about today, bro? Little young roses on the table.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about
that. You can tell. You can tell. You can tell. Sav, the beard's lined up. I know.
Yeah.
Hey, Jerry, bro, don't be pre my thing. What do you mean, bro? What you noticed that, blood?
No, you took the side profile and I saw, right, it looks like a little fade. Like that. All right, cool.
Sunlight.
I hear it, man. Big up to G-Man. Welcome to the streamer. What are you saying?
Nah, man. I'm all good, man. How's everyone doing this morning, man?
Oh, good, man.
How the FA Cup like a real Ghanaian.
What'd you say?
How's the FA Cup
celebration? Oh.
One of you at a time, it would be.
They're both trying to throw shade as well. Man said, "How?"
Yeah, that's all. The thing is, I can hear the shade, but I just can't gather who's saying what.
They said, "How was the FA Cup celebrations?"
Oh, it was good, man. It was good. Listen, man, we was drinking all night, man. It was good.
Was that what you're late? I'm still hanging.
Hope everyone's doing well in the chat, and hope everyone's doing well.
Big up to everyone in the chat, man. Smash the like, people. Over 50 of you already in the building. Love for the love, man. Where should we start, man? Milos Kerkez is the advanced conversations right now. He keeps liking every Liverpool post. Yesterday, put a little, I know what he put up, but he put up a little cryptic message, bro. Is he going to be joining Liverpool? It looks likely. We're going to have 2 mad marauding fullbacks in our team. Bare energy. Bare speed, bare skills. I know, man. What are you, man, feeling, bro? Because I know we spoke earlier in the season, but say 2 months back, and when he was liking up every post, you, man, were cool with it. Are we still cool with that as the left back coming into Liverpool Football Club?
Yeah, man. Jerk has been working for the contract. I told you, blood. You get me? He's not my first choice on that, bro, but he's a good footballer, bro. But he's blood. If anyone, I told you, bro, it's baddie energy, bro. If anyone's working for a contract that much, blood, he'll be an asset to the team. You get me? You know him and Sabazla about to start doing TikTok dances at AXA and that, blood. So, yeah, man.
That's true.
Right, Sav, man. I don't know if he's twerking, but he's trying his best, bro, to sign for Liverpool Football Club. He liked when Mo Salah signed a new deal. He liked when Virgil signed a new deal. He liked when Frimpong signed or doing his medical. And then just different random tweets as well from Liverpool. He's just been liking it.
Who's the thing, though? Who's the loser that follows the likes and that?
I don't know. I don't know how you... But you see, I think you can see it on Twitter, though.
No. Do you know what people do?
You can see it.
No, do what people do. Do what people do.
If you're not following Kerkez, he won't say Kerkez also likes his tweet.
Yeah, but that's what people do. So what happens, is someone gets the links. It's like an indie will drop a name in it. He'll be like, yeah, Matty Barnes linked with Liverpool, and he follows that brother. And then Writz, you follow him. And you follow him on all socials just to make sure that there's any message he's there just reading in between the lines and that. Like a thing, innit? Like a thing.
That's shaky, that is business. Listen, fair enough, but it's shaky business, that is, man. They're the kind of people that like, oh yeah, Zendaya's not following Tom Holland anymore to split up. I'm like, bruv, sort them together, blood.
But listen, look, he's a young fullback. He's a good fullback. I can't. Was he my first choice? No, I think Nori is, but I don't mind the kid now. Looking at what he's done, like watching a few of his game, actually paying attention to him. He looks good, man. He looks ready as well. Still young, so that means the fullback area or left back area is kind of secured for the next at least 5 years, how long he stays here for. And then obviously the problem is, if we're signing him, we're going to have 3 left backs. So who's the one that's going to have to make way for him to come in? Who would you guys like to see leave for Kerkez to come in? Because we're not going to have 3 left backs. We have the senior one in Robinson, and we have Tsimikas, which is the other one that everyone's like, nah, not really that good. But then at the same time, most of the fan base has been cooking Robbo this season. So what do we do here, boys? What do we do? Who do we get?
It's an interesting. I feel like it's an interesting one because my kind of gut feeling would be like, obviously, let Tsimikas go, right? Because obviously the game time that he's played this season, even though there was like, do you know what I mean, a back and forth with even Robbo regarding that game time, but Robbo, right? The way he's getting cooked, if Slot comes to him and says, look, you're not going to be playing football anymore, right? And he's looking and his best friend in football's is leaving now officially. Like, he knows that, right? You've won the league and you're leaving on a high. There could be a situation where if a deal does come up for Robbo from someone, right, that guarantees him game time and it's a good fee for, like, do you know what I mean, relative to his age and stuff, Liverpool might entertain that. Like, I don't think it's off the cards because if he's not going to, if we're buying Kerkez, it's just to me that he's not going to be the starter next season. So he's either got to be happy with playing a bit part role or being backup to a certain extent, or he will want to go and play and have game time in it and get game time. Tsimikas, at his age, might feel he's got the legs to be able to compete with Kerkez, but then it just depends on how Slot would use him. And I don't know how Slot would use him and whether was it a tactical thing or does he just not rate him. So it'll be interesting, man. Yeah, I think it could go either way, but I'd personally keep Robbo and let Tsimikas go, even though I think it's decent.
Yeah, definitely a strange situation. I think if I take away how I feel about Robbo in terms of him being at the club for so long and doing whatever for the club, the smart thing would be for Robbo to go over Tsimikas. But then I'm like, I know people talk about experience and that and their game time and the age and that, but there's only 2 years between them. Like, Tsimikas ain't young. He's young, but in football terms, 29, bro. So Robbo's 31. It's not like some big gap in that. The only problem is what Jerry said on it. Like, I don't know. Robbo's a bit of a weird one because I feel like if a club that he wants to play for or would like to play for, I know everyone will do the Celtic thing, and that's come from the fact that when he had his interview prior, he said that he would like to finish his career at Celtic, and this is his fan. And so if someone like that came in and he go there and becomes a captain and that, I'm sure you telling him he's not going to get much game time, he'll be like, I'll just choose that then. You get me? Because I'm not trying to sit on the bench and do nothing. But then Tsimikas, you'd be expecting that this season he's going to go to Slot and tell him like, yo, I've been at this club for however long and I've been a bit part even under the previous manager. Now it's like with you as well, and I'm 29 and other clubs are interested in. So you could be a situation where you lose both left backs, to be honest, bro. You never know. Seriously, because if he tells Robbo you're not going to get as much games, Kerkez is coming in, and then Simmons like, well, so you're going to pick a new guy over me, even though I'm already here. Then both of them might leave. So I don't know, bro. Robbo's always fine to me as long as now I can see that he can't play like loads of games in a row. But when they started to rest him and then play Tsimikas and then he'll come back and he was fine. It's just that when he played like 3 games in a week and I was like, nah, it's not really.
What's mad? What's quite interesting as well is the fact that with the left back situation, right? Like, it's not like, obviously we're none the wiser, but on the socials for Writz, he hasn't said Kerkez interest. I mean, Chelsea are looking to copy him, and Liverpool have to act now, right? Liverpool are just acting now just because. Yeah. Just because. So when you're acting like that, from a player's perspective, you're thinking, hold on, like, bro, the season ain't even finished. You man already thinking about my replacement. Like with the Trent situation, you know it's open to a certain extent. Frimpong will be in demand. It's a good release clause, and you're also trying to appease the fans because you're like, oh my god, our right back's leaving. You need to kind of act fast. We've done it before, you know, when Hendo and Fabinho left. Like Liverpool just acted in terms of Sobo, McAllister. Just, I mean, acted quick. Well, if you got 2 left backs at the club, when you think of in terms of like positions, right? It's not an area you need to address. That there's been no news that Tsimikas wants to leave. There's been no news that Robbo wants to leave. But we know Jota's obviously the injuries are a problem, and Nunes, there's links about him leaving all the time. Even Diaz, there's links with him leaving. So when you think about the area to address, left back in terms of numbers, right, and squad, it's not an area to address. But if you're just acting now, the season ain't even done. The body's not even cold yet. You ain't even cooled down from the season. Like, he's still warm,
Mad, you know,
ready to
for
play the
real.
next game. Your replacement's here. So imagine you did that ends with your team. Your team's there now, and just before the season ends, you're coming in, you're going to be the starter now, and you're telling everyone, what? Your players thinking, what about us? Yeah, I mean, like, ultimately, and obviously, we want to progress. So from a footballing standpoint, it's good. But I'm just thinking from the position of like Tsimikas and Robert, you're right. It could be a situation where both of them try and leave, or both of them are not happy with what's going on.
It's saying a lot without saying anything, can it? What Liverpool are doing, moving active like this and that. So yeah, could be one of those situations. We could fall where we end up using one of the younger players that we already have in the ranks, and I know we used to have Chambers.
You're right.
Beck's been good still at Blackburn. So I don't know if it's going to be that.
Do you know you're right, because we said about Slot getting his own squad together, right? And now he's doing that. So now I think it's the players that he's looking to bring in are the ones that he now wants at this football club to take the team where he wants to go. So I think a lot of the guys, you guys are right though. I think they might both look at it and go, "Raw, what? Like we might as well just find a new club then." Because if this brother, what JJ said, you're right, bro. The bodies ain't even cold. We ain't even finished the season yet, and you're telling me there's a new left back. So technically, say Kerkez signs in the next couple of days, right? So before the season even ended, we've got 3 left backs in the team, and then we've already got the right backs there already sorted. Like they must think that, yo, we need to find a different team ASAP. One of them have to.
Like if Nunes weren't going to leave on it, and then they just brought 2 strikers, Jota and Nunes would know one without saying anything to them. Like, to be fair to Slot, bro, like obviously I like the players that we've got, but I respect the fact that he's either way he's given them a whole season, and in this season I've brought the Premier League to you as well, bro. So you can't. It's one of those ones where he's kind of eliminated you being salty with me now when I do move you on. I've given you a whole season to see what you're about. You helped to win the Premier League as well, and I want the club to be better and move on as well. So it's one of those ones. So very interesting.
What about you, G, bro? What's your kind of thoughts on this conversation in terms of the three left backs potentially? Who do you think will go, and what you thinking about Kerkez? What can he bring?
Kerkez is a good man. I think with what JJ said, isn't it? Probably just look at it as Tsimikas. I think he's probably the easier one. But if the bid comes in for Andrew Robertson, I think, like if it's, I don't even think it will come down to like really what Robertson kind of wants to do. If the bid is good enough, I'm sure it's not going to come from just like any random team. He might just want to experience something different, like a Trent. Do you get what I mean? Like he's kind of done everything here. He's achieved so much. He's been one of the best left backs of this generation, like in the period that he's been here till now. So yeah. And Kerkez is Kerkez is good, man. Kerkez is good. They're not first choice, and probably wouldn't really have thought to buy him. But if you're gonna sign him, then I mean it's a good deal. I think that's what it is with Liverpool. It's like, you know, in your head you're like, nah, you really and truly, none of us here would probably pick him as a first choice, but Liverpool have this way because the deal is good. You're like, all right, then. Do you know what I mean? Fine, fuck it, then. You know what I mean? You just kind of
question on that. Then why? First of all, who would be you guys' first choice? Because I'm not gonna lie, I didn't have one. I didn't have any. Do you know what I mean? That was stand out. But who would be your guys' first choice? And why do you not think he was like your first choice when you're thinking of it?
Mine was Robinson and Drake, blood. One of them two. Eight Nori.
By the way, Drake is mad.
Bro, that's what I was like.
No, I'll just clear it up. I know you man. Yeah.
Yeah. Headline Drake and that one and that.
Yeah, mine was eight Nori as well. And the reason why I didn't go with Kerkez is because I wasn't paying attention. Even though I watched a lot, I weren't looking at him. I was looking at Semenyo because that's the guy, you know what I mean? I would like to join us. But I was more watching the game for what he was doing to teams and stuff like that. But then started to like pay attention to him, especially when I saw he started to like a lot of our posts. And then I was like, oh, actually, he's brother's got something about him. But he's mad young, isn't he? He's mad young. And obviously coming to Liverpool is different to playing for Bournemouth. Do you know what I mean? You're stepping up. Now you're going to be playing at European top level. The expectation is massive. So we already know, but from the fan standpoint, you can't even miscontrol a ball now without you getting critiqued. So he has to get even used to that. Where maybe at Bournemouth, he could have bad games where you're like, okay, he's doing his best for the team. But for us, boy, it looks like listen, you're going to have very good games because you could get cooked on this high level. And there's more critique because we're on TV a lot more often than most of the other teams. That was the guy I picked before I thought of Kerkez.
Because for me, because I was always thinking of like Robinson. I think we done it with G in it when we done our team of the season. I actually put Robinson in there. But it's a thing where I just obviously listening to the High Performance podcast when the brother from Liverpool was on there, and he's talking about how Liverpool operate, and there's this unspoken rule in it: over 24, we just don't sign you. So it's like Robinson being 28, being, I mean, it's like he's not even old, but Liverpool just won't go there because they'll have to go, and if they get him, the view will be you have to win now with him. There's no point in development. There's no future ability to sell the player on if things are going wrong. The assets depreciate essentially, innit? It's like buying an older, you know what I mean, a car. So yeah, when I think of it, like there's no, apart from the older left backs, like I like DeMarco from Inter, but that'll be a difficult one to do.
Yeah.
I like obviously Theo Hernandez, but not only does he get injured a bit, he's just too old. He's just similar age to Robinson. So I just don't think Liverpool would ever go there. So when I think on the market, you're looking at Arne Kerkez. I prefer Arne as a baller, but Kerkez probably maybe the better fullback. Maybe like I don't know. But yeah, interesting. I don't think there was a lot of. I think in terms of candidates, that's the standout one really, from an age perspective.
Yeah.
Him and
Kerkez a little bit more balanced in seemingly the way that Slot's gone and got Frimpong as well. Kerkez can do the intense up and down the line thing. Nori don't really play like that. He's not really moving intense like that. He's a bit more techie with it, innit? But yeah, man, I'm sure he'll be good. And one thing I realised with this geezer, man, he's got a ping on him, and like he's pretty direct. Once he gets in that position, the ball's going into the box, bro, and he can cross, bro. So, yeah, man.
That's what I was going to ask. What do you think he will bring personally to this team from what you've seen from the games you've watched? What can he offer to this team and the way going forward? Anyone can take it. Who wants to?
Would you say sorry?
I said, what do you think he can offer to this team going forward in terms of his ability?
I think pace. I think delivery, and I think he can also be a goal threat. Like, I know he hasn't necessarily got the stats, but I've seen. I think it was against Newcastle when I watched that game. Like, that's the only game I've watched of Bournemouth. Like, unless Liverpool are playing, like start to finish, and I watched Kerkez in that game, and he got a goal there where he's got the ball, he's come inside, shift onto his left foot and shot. Robbo gets in those positions. He gets in really good positions, but unless it's a cross,
you can't.
The shot is a lot to be desired. As you see with Frimpong on the other side, I'm trying to just make these links. He knows what you can hit. You know, I mean, you can connect with it. Well. You can finish, and you can hit the ball properly. You can just connect with it, right? So if he can get in those positions with the pace of like a Robbo in like a short burst as well, then all of a sudden you've got threat from loads of different sides. Because if Diaz or Gakpo pull out to come and get the ball, you've got an overlapping runner, and the winger has to track him. If the winger doesn't track him, he's going to be deadly because he not only can he deliver, he can come inside and he can finish. Pause. But yeah. No, I think that's what he brings really. Apart from that, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not well versed on what he did at AZ Alkmaar. I watched one game with him in it and a couple highlights. So, but yeah, it looks right.
Yeah, I'm expecting the goals and assists to be pretty high from both of them. To be fair, for their position, Jerry's right, bro. Like that's the thing. Robbo's movement this season's been great getting into those positions, but we know that once he gets into that position, he's not going to do much with it. Most of the time, he's not going to shoot anyway. And if he does, it's not going to do much. So, yeah, man, I think link-up play on whoever is with on the left side, whether it's Gakpo or Diaz, will be great as well. He's always going to offer the overlap. He's actually pretty fast, so he's got recovery pace there as well. And he's quite strong. It's quite a strong youth blood. So, yeah, man, I think he'll be cold. And what Jerry said, his delivery is really good.
But do you think that the fullback positions have been one of the weak points? Oh, clearly it must be because Arne Slot's gone out there and kind of got the players in that he wants. But then on the same hand, obviously he had to go and get right back with Trent leaving. But has the fullbacks been the issue this season in terms of that's where we look the most vulnerable? Or do you feel like it's somewhere else on the pitch?
I think we're the most vulnerable in the midfield. What continue? Carry on, G.
No, I was going to say I don't think it would have anything to do about how vulnerable or anything. I think it's just what he wants, what he likes, what he needs from a team. Maybe he just likes that type of. For all I know, he don't even really want a Kerkez. You know what I mean? Maybe just happy to have him. Maybe he wants someone else. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But this is the deal that Liverpool can do. It's cheap. It's what Liverpool are all about. Frimpong, the exact same. Easy deal, release clause, get it done. I'm assuming you can pay in installments. Like, I guess we just got to kind of see with someone like Kerkez and Frimpong because, we don't even. I haven't got really any idea as to how they're gonna play. Do you know what I mean? I think they're both good. They're both attacking. Yeah, that's like every single fullback in the world. Do you know what I mean? Like it's really not any different. They don't really offer any. They're not like a Trent where it's so unique, or a Teo Hernandez or a DeMarco where, Jesus, like they're almost like midfielders because they're so good on the ball and stuff like that. They're not really unique in that sense. They're just, for example, I know Jerry always talking about Munoz. What's the difference between Munoz and Frimpong? I don't feel like there's that much difference. One plays a bit further up, so I guess we can say he's more of an attacking player. But I'm sure if we got Munoz in, he'd do the exact same thing that Frimpong's going to do, and we'd probably love it. You know what I mean? The same way kind of thing. So I look at Kerkez, and again, good player. You know, nothing wrong with someone like him. But to me, he's just literally Robbo when he was younger, just better on the ball. Like, I think they're exactly the same energy, run. He's not great in the forward areas, but I mean, how many fullbacks are, to be fair, so I'm not going to penalise him for that. But yeah, I think he's getting him for that high energy and the intensity to be able to play that. I think he just needed someone, because Robbo was, can't really get back and stuff like that. Tsimikas isn't really about the high energy and stuff like that. So that's what I say, someone like Kerkez, for me, when I look at him, like, yeah, if you want that type of fullback, you get that. But as everyone just said here, no one picked him as a first choice. You all said Robinson. Some people are saying other players, Aït-Nouri's and stuff like that, because he's a different type of fullback. I like Cambiasso at Juventus because he's all about ball playing, like in that Guardiola-esque type of, I'm going to get a player who's just comfortable in possession. I don't care about the intensity and running around like a madman. Can you play football? That's what I want to see. But if Slot
I was going to say that to you. That's the issue. And when people ask us what we would wanted, the people that I picked, it's because I like them. Like, it's not.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what Slot wants to do, so then I can only go back to like Slot at Feyenoord, and I weren't paying attention to Slot at Feyenoord. So even when you go back and watch it in hindsight, bro, what he was doing at Feyenoord makes sense. That it's Kerkez and Frimpong. If you see how he used the left and right back at Feyenoord, it's bare energy, bro. Like bare intensity, bro. These men are making it to the 70th minute and getting taken off the pitch, bro. So when you see it like that, I'm like, okay, it probably makes sense, bro. That's all they use, pace and power. And they were getting the assists. And obviously our wingers, obviously exclude Salah out of that. Assist-wise, they don't offer that much assist from the positions they get into. So just use the left and right back, bro, to offer that. It's fine.
Well, just comparing the three left backs, obviously, if once this Kerkez deal and stuff is sorted, just comparing them, what kind of stats you guys look for like, if you had to pick one or two, what do you want to make sure this fullback has? In terms of, you looked at the team and go, yeah, we're weak because of this. So what are the two things you think, right, if we had this in here, would be so much better? I know you guys mentioned like finishing and stuff like that.
I'm trying to see the ground jewels, bro. I'm trying to see the defensive side of it more than anything.
Do you know what's weird? Do you see when it going on for G's saying, we're a fullback, like unless you're going down a different route where you want someone like Vardio could play midfield if you wanted to, you can play on the wing, you're going to score goals, or Trent, Hakimi, they're different types of fullbacks, right? Teo Hernandez. The rest of them, like, they're all very, very, very similar. It's just about whether you can maximize what they can get. So even like a Robinson, I mean, is there a difference between Robinson and Kerkez really when you think about what are they good at?
No,
it's getting up and down, a lot of pace, right? Decent on the ball. They can put a good delivery in. Do you know what I mean? Chipping with a goal and stuff. But there's no like outstanding thing. I'd look at stuff like sprints per 90 and all that type of stuff to go and see. All right, cool. Can you? How often are you sprinting? How often are you getting forward? How often are you getting back? How many recoveries are you making? That's probably something I'd look at, because I don't know. I think any fullback that plays at Liverpool, you're going to do all right. I just think you're going to do all right. Look at Brandon coming.
Yeah, exactly.
Tsimikas came in, he's done all right this season. Like, we can see it in the stats even here, but he's done all right. Robbo's played, he's done all right. We're just looking at moments where Robbo's been beaten 1v1 and the legs have gone. So you can't do it the way you used to do it. So you're seeing something that was here drop. But it's not like he's been the worst fullback in the league type of thing. Do you know what I mean? So
the position changed so much, hasn't it? Most people who play in this position now, they didn't set out to be left and right back, bro. They were midfielders. Now people ain't using left and right mids anymore. So it's like, listen, you're either going to be a winger at the top of the pitch or you're going to be a left or right back. It's kind of how it works now. So that's why they all have the same attributes.
Costas
it would have been at right mid 20 years ago, all of these lot.
Now, Costas per 90 looks absolutely mental, you know. So maybe it's Robbo that we have to let go and then just let Tsimikas run it with Kerkez.
Who do you think the best left back in the world is?
What, right now?
Mm-hmm.
Probably Mendes.
Put Mendes and Balde on there. How does he compare to those guys?
Yeah, because I don't compare because we ain't going to get them.
No, it's not even about
that.
No,
it's not. Yeah, he's kind of seeing where they are in the levels, on it.
Yeah, as in
where Kerkez is and what level does he need to get, and can we think he can get to that level at Liverpool? Yeah.
Because why am I comparing him with Andrew Robertson and Simic? Like, what would that kind of tell me? Like, if we're gonna sign
they're already here though. Balde and thing. I'm not saying it's a wrong thing to do because I will do it anyway. But I'm just saying they're not here, so we have to compare them to what we already have in this team and what we think the deficiencies are. And then we can compare them.
My thing is that
you're saying we're going to rate them. Okay, if you're going to say we're going to rate them in terms of where he would land against these guys, then that's a fair argument. But we're talking about these guys because they play in the Premier League, and we're comparing the guy that's potentially going to come to us and seeing can he make us better or worse.
No, but
that's not the half-hearted Robbo though, and it's like Robbo at the end of his career.
It's not. It's not even that. It's like the reality is. Remember, we all just said all four or the three of us here. We're not looking at fullback as like an area of like that's a problem. Like Arne Slot looked at that like, oh, this is an issue. I need to replace such and such in this kind of area. For example, right? If he was going to sell Tsimikas anyway, and you're still going to keep Robbo, then that just tells me that you're just looking at maybe more future-proofing than you are, this is a problem area. If he sold Robbo and then got in Kerkez and then kept Tsimikas, that would then tell me, yeah, you ain't fuck. Because remember, Robbo is the first choice left back. If he still stays here, I'm just like, yeah. So you're not really looking at it like a better or worse kind of thing, because clearly you think Robbo can still do a job here. It's just more this guy's younger. Maybe again, like Jerry said, like it's the other stats that maybe Skorka and that probably don't have like on their thing, which is like sprints and all these. Maybe he can do that way better. But then I'm just trying to see it as, okay, if we're talking about fullbacks just in a general sense, well, how do you compare to the ones that we've said are the best ones out there? What level are you actually at? Because it's that same thing I keep saying. It's all well and good if you need to pass a test and the mark is 70% and you got 40%, and then the next time you got 50%. Guess what? You still failed. Yes, you did better, but you still failed to actually pass the test. So in my eyes, I'm like, well, you're not even passing the test. You can keep trying. It don't really matter to me because you ain't passing. You ain't passing driving test because you keep getting that one major. Did you get what I'm trying to like? It's all well and good.
I get what you're saying.
So just
what do you do then if you because he's technically taking the lower paper in the analogy you're using because he plays for Bournemouth and he's not in Europe. So he's going to be taking the lower paper anyway. So even if he gets a high mark on that lower paper and then you watch the other guys, you think you're still not going to give him the rating he probably deserves as a player because these guys are doing it from a Champions League standpoint. They're playing in two of the top teams in the world as well, playing good football.
No, they are right.
How would you compare him to them? Because realistically, he's not playing for teams like what he's playing.
But I think
he's not that good then. In my eyes, I'm like, okay, see.
But that's unfair to do. That's what I'm saying. Why it's unfair to do the comparison.
I'm saying that like, if Liverpool are at this top level, right? And I'm not saying obviously we can't sign a Mendes or whoever. We can't sign those type of players. So clearly we're shopping in a completely different level when it comes to those type of players. I'm just saying that like if we're looking at like improving the team or whatever, I'm not saying he doesn't improve, by the way. Like he probably would improve the team just because he's younger, he's Premier League experience, all of that. That's all great. And the two players that we're talking about, they are the oh, you only got 50% out of the 70%. They're not even passing themselves anyway. So really, any kind of up and coming fullback would be deemed as like, oh yeah, this guy. Like, we just said it here. Everyone just mentioned he's not even your first choice. So we would have been happy with Robinson. We would have been happy with 8-0. We would have been calm with them. Why? Because they're just better than what we currently kind of.
I'm kind of with what Jerry said, but I don't think like the fullbacks across the world and that. But I don't think that there's that many that stand out like that. So that's why when you ask who's the best one,
because,
like,
but I think what, because I was with you, but then I kind of just maybe I'm understanding it differently. I would want to see Kerkez in comparison to Mendes and Balde, not because I think if I match it up, he's going to be getting the same necessarily statistics, right? But I would want to know, all right, cool. He might have, I don't know, 5 assists, right? But Balde's only got 7. Can you get 2 more assists at Liverpool? Oh,
yeah, but that's what I mean. Sorry, I didn't articulate. That's what I meant. Is like I'm not expecting him to do like even if he doesn't come out on top in anything. I'm more looking. We're going to look at the actual number and be, as you said, oh, if it's only 2 assists, bro. Like you are close to them guys. Then like, I can rate that because I'm like, oh, if the top guys are getting 7 and you're getting 5, bro, that's only 2 assists. Like I'm not going to stress you over that. That's the kind of thing I'm looking at to see how far are you actually away. If let's say they were getting 7 and he's getting 1, bro, then I'm like, fucking no, yeah, that's 6. Like,
that's from like obviously an assist standpoint, right? But for me, the main things obviously you can't see on scorecard, but would be right, cool. Why are Mendes and Balde, if you use Balde as an example, why do you consider them the best 2 in the world at this moment in time? Why are they performing the best, right? If you're basing it on assists, right, then I'm going to be looking at assists hard. So I think obviously Trent, for me, is the best right back in it, like in what he does. So if we're trying to get another Trent, you're not going to be able to go and do that. But when it comes to left backs, right, I'm looking at cool. What's Mendes good at? He's fast, right? He gets forward a lot. He sprints up and down. He recovers. That's like I said. So all I'm looking to go and see is on those metrics, can you do that? Because those ones, no matter what you're playing, right? Those you can do because assists are dependent on someone else, right? Goals depend on how often do you go and get the ball and stuff, and it's very difficult to go and get. But when they're looking at Frimpong, and I think Liverpool would do that, they're not looking at Frimpong because he gets so many goals and assists. Yeah, it's a positive. Like when he gets into those areas, he could get end product. But the reason why they will get him is to look at, all right, cool. How often does he sprint up and down in the game? How often does he complete in 90 minutes? How often does he get forward but then get back? How many sprints does he do per game? Because then I think you can see, all right, cool. The quality thing is something that you have to kind of take a gamble on in it and just kind of look at and be like, has he got the ability to deliver a pass and all of that? But if you can't run and do those basics, you're never going to be on the level of Mendes because they do that for 90 minutes at elite level. So that's why I'd want to go and see, cool, is he up there? And obviously I don't watch him enough to know. So
yeah, that makes sense still, man.
See, like big up to Christian. Christian saying Frimpong is number 1 for most sprints in the Bundesliga. So straight away for me, he's in that category. That way, all right, cool. Like that means you're going to be up and down the whole game. So you're going to be able to get in this position, but also get back. You have the ability to do it. Whether you do it is a different thing, but you have the ability to do it. Someone else that you might not have the ability to do it, like Joel Ward from Crystal Palace, you can't do that anymore. So it doesn't matter how old he'd be, we'd never get him. Do you understand? So
no, it makes sense still.
All right, so comparing them against the 2 that you guys have mentioned, then so
it's per 90.
No, this is their total because you wanted to see the numbers in terms of goals and assists.
Yeah. Wow.
So he's got 5. Yeah, so he's winning on that. Chance created as well. There.
That's in like look like let's they're good stats. They're very good stats. Very good stats. Because you're looking, PSG dominate the hot ball all the time. It's not far off at all. Not far off at all.
Do you see what I'm saying? More. Now you see where I was getting at in terms of.
So now G's looking at it like, you can sit at the table kind of thing.
This is the point. Is like I don't care about Robbo and Finger. We're replacing them. Like they're not anything to talk about. Let's see how you actually compare to the actual guys out there that we just rate. And these are just 2, by the way. We could have picked any other 2 fullbacks like out there, but I just wanted to see, bro, like how do you actually rate with with these kind of guys? Like, are you sitting at the table or are you looking in that?
And you can see he's there. He's there.
Yeah,
He's there, like percentage-wise, ground duels. Look, like
He's
there.
winning in most of these.
In most of them, like so. Listen, he's good, innit? Like who he's good. And if that's your favorite, and again, this is what helps is if these are your two best from a statistical point of view, but they're playing for the elite two clubs, right? That were semi-finalists and finalists. You have to make the assumption that if he comes to a better team,
that'll be better.
They will at minimum stay the same.
That's what the data team would have done. That's how they work it out. And they're not gonna. They will probably do exactly what you should have said to this. Why I'm glad you brought it up, because they're gonna look at who the best players are for what Slot would like, and then go, that person costs too much money and he's not leaving his club. What's the next person in stats closest to this? That's how Moneyball works in the first place. So it makes complete sense. That's why they don't care whether the person's 30 mil or 70 mil, but like if the stats match up, you get me? Like it makes complete sense.
It's crazy. Like you'll be surprised, innit? Like a PSG and a Barcelona, of course, they've got their fullbacks in there, right? But their data teams will be looking at it and thinking, right, you see, if anything happened to this guy, we might want him. But obviously, you've already got a fullback, right? Like, you know, if you had Prime Robinson, right, it doesn't matter how good Theo Hernandez was at the time, or any left back, or Cancelo, Liverpool were never getting him because it was like you got Robert there already. You've already got the asset. That's good. But he looks really good.
Change per 90.
It's interesting, though.
Yeah, I've done it per 90.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Yeah, it changes, and it makes me think like.
But you can be fooled by the green bar though, because if you look at the actual numbers, they're still not far.
Yeah, bro, the numbers are not far whatsoever.
I'm looking at the actual attempt to do something, because it's PSG and Barcelona, bro. So Bournemouth, they're the ones doing the defending most of the game in the games they're playing against for half of the games, whereas Barcelona and PSG, they're not. They've got the ball all the time. So how many times is he attempting it? If he's attempting it and then winning the duels, fine. But obviously, Kerkez is going to have more attempts at doing whatever. He's going to have more crosses if Bournemouth's playing a certain way. You know, Barcelona ain't trying to whip the ball into the box every 2 seconds. They don't need to. Neither the PSG. The ball's on the floor. So, but either way, we're not saying. Listen, it's a good comparison. And I think that's where you trust a lot in it, bro. You want him for a reason, so.
And to be fair, sorry, before I said, to be fair, you've got to trust Edwards in that as well, innit? Because when you deep the players that we've bought and the ones that have done well, they all derive from the data, innit? They all came from the data. So all our favourite players in this team, none of them were based on, are you just good, we're going to get him. None of them. They were all like and the ones we did do that with, like Nunes and stuff, where we might have just obviously looked at the data, but kind of to turn a blind eye to certain parts of the data. They're the ones that probably haven't done as well, right? But from Edwards was there, from your Bobby Firminos to your Robos to your Virgils to your Salahs, when Klopp didn't want Salah and no one wanted Salah in the team, and your Manes and all these players were based off the data. So you have to a certain extent, trust the data, because that's what's gotten us these players, isn't it? Obviously, there's a couple flops in there, but
it's also like I look at like obviously remember we don't have probably
you're gonna take off the money again, because they ain't all play the same amount.
No, I've done the total. I'm gonna look at total and then look at the per 90.
And that's what I was just about to say. You see, like with this is why I don't like total, because
you'd never be fair. They haven't played the same amount of games.
It's not even that. But remember, even like you could have, I don't know, let's use chance created, right? You could have had one game where you created 10 chances as an example, but then for the next 20 games you only created, I don't know, 16 as an example. Whereas these guys are consistently doing it per game, they're getting actually more than you. That's why when we changed Kerkez's one to the total to per 90, you saw his stats. Not that it was far off, but then he's not leading in a lot of these now, because it could have just come in a volume of 4 games where he's just done a madness in 4 games, but then it's not consistent, so to speak. But remember, like I was about to say, we don't even have a quarter of the statistics that these guys have probably got in their data room where they're looking at.
To be fair,
thinking about that.
the things that he's the highest on, Kerkez, is the stuff I expected him to be the highest on. There's no shocks in there for me, bro. Like, I expected there to be more crosses and all that stuff, and the way he moves. That watch him, you know what happens straight away.
Simicast per 90. So per 90, pretty much close, where he's slightly leading the way. Passes per 90, up there, up there, up there. So even per 90, Simicast is leading the way against these lot in a few of them, or as good as them.
Well, then you got to look at again is he's playing for Liverpool, innit? Now, when you look at the league, they've dominated. Liverpool have dominated the league to a larger extent. So
no, but also that same metric that we tried to use to see where Kerkez could land. That's the similar thing with Simicast then.
Yeah, 100%.
We're saying these two are the kind of the benchmark. Not obviously, there's going to be more players we could probably compare it to, but in terms of the standouts at this season, Simicast ain't far off these guys, bro. That's crazy.
You see, like when you see like crosses, I think if you just scroll up a little,
Well, where do you want cross attempts? Yeah, there.
Yeah. See, like how it's 7.4 to 2.8. Immediately, I'm not then looking at that because I'm like, well, if his is only 2.8 and his is only 3.3. Obviously, we watch Barcelona and PSG. Yeah, I know they don't cross the ball. Do you know what I mean? Like, them man don't cross the ball anyway. So I immediately wouldn't even... I'm not saying don't use it. I'm saying in my mind, when I'm going through it, because I would have added this anyway, I'll be like, I don't care about that. Because unless we are a team that does that anyway, then I'm like, okay.
That's why we are because...
Teams would have to take the system into account, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
That's why when Jerry said he was looking at like the sprints and stuff like that, I'm like, it makes sense because if Simicast is higher than Kerkez and whoever on these stats, then clearly that's not the stat Slot's looking at. Because you just be like, I've got Simicast anyway, I'll use him. So it's obviously probably the other ones in it. And then obviously sometimes people pick on Simicast and act like he's been terrible and then he ain't really done stuff. But it's probably other things in it. Strength, speed, recoveries. It's probably those little intangibles in it. Like,
yeah, it's the intensity in it. It's the speed. If he wants to go and play with a certain level of intensity and have the ability to control games, but also, like, I think he's looking. I think Slot's the type of manager. He wants to be a mix of everything in it. So he wants to be able to do what PSG do and just pop the ball in that. But also, cool. You wanna go and press us like that. We're just gonna counter you straight away. And I think he wants to have the ability to go and do that. So when you look at Kerkez, he's better on the ball than Robbo, right? But he's just as fast as him, or similar type of intensity to when he first arrived. So straight away, you got someone that I've seen Kerkez for Bournemouth in a couple of clips. He's picking up the ball in midfield.
Yeah,
he's picking up the ball in midfield. He's winning the ball in midfield. He's winning it on the chest, dropping the shoulder, and then releasing it, and then getting on the overlap as well. So it's
was Slot's left and right back at Feyenoord last season? Gertruida, and it was that. It's mad. It was that. Is it Hanko? Was it? G? Yeah, it'd be good to compare them to from that season.
I have no idea.
Which is weird. Which is weird though, because they're completely different styles to what we're getting now with Frimpong and. It's interesting. It's like Frimpong and Kerkez are nothing like Gertruida and Hanko that can both play centre back. So
maybe Slot was evolving and he wants to try something.
Hartman. It's Hartman. It was Hartman as well. Sorry.
So I think you probably then just keep Simicast and then Kerkez then and let Robbo go.
Maybe. Obviously, there's obviously things that we can't legislate. Like we can't take into account. I.e., does Simicast want to sit on the bench for another season, like for another guy? Like,
but do you think with like Kerkez, he kind of he probably levels out the playing field more?
What do you mean, Kerkez versus?
In terms of, all right, say let's say Trent and Bradley, right? We knew Trent was the better player, so Bradley was always going to be back up. Now you bring in Frimpong, it levels the playing field. So now it will be okay. Let's battle it out for it. You're not probably higher than me in any aspect. We're probably similar.
Better than Bradley.
It's an opinion, and I'm not going to say you're incorrect, but I think they're on the same level.
You think
but
that's when we 20 games of Bradley that is on the same level as Frimpong?
Yeah.
Rotted
and then with Robbo, I think Robbo's been here for so long.
Denzel thing and dashed his glasses.
Robbo's been here for so long. So I guess obviously bringing in a different fullback then you're going to get the opportunity to play like, right, okay, it's not Robbo now. I should be able to compete against his brother for that position. It just
that's what I
levels
was asking. Would you saying level the playing field, Kerkez versus Shimikas or Kerkez versus Robbo? That's what I was asking. But yeah, you explained.
And I need you to clip that bit for yourself and put it on your reacts. And I just want to
listen, bro. As I said, only time will tell. Listen, all I'm going to say is when this brother is doing what he's doing, I don't expect you guys to then flip flop and change your opinions.
No, it's not flip flopping. If Bradley gets better,
it would be because you don't think he is.
No. That's not
you
what
think
flip-flopping is.
yes or no? You said no.
No, that's not what flip-flopping is. Evidence presents itself.
Flip-flopping when you don't think someone's
flip-flopping is when you change your opinion very quickly.
No. If evidence presents itself in the future and Bradley ends up being better than Frimpong, then I can come back and say,
and that's why I said it before you guys' opinions.
What was that? Sorry?
No, but you're saying it now. You are saying
I think
right
so.
now.
That's what I think, bro. Yeah.
No. That's fine. What we're saying is that if in like 2 years' time we find out that Bradley is better, of course you're gonna have to say that he's better in it. Like we're not gonna be like
for example, Trent came in and then I weren't like, he's better than Nathaniel Klein, but then he ended up being better than Nathaniel Klein.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like when you look at just from the point of their careers, they're similar age, right? One was in the Man City academy, one was scraping and scrambling in Ireland somewhere.
Man City was
yeah.
I thought no, we'll clock it.
Scrimping and scraping, bro.
Listen, he was fighting for his life in the academy, right? He then got to Liverpool Academy. And Liverpool Academy compared to City's is nothing, innit? Like Frimpong
and but Man City's academy wasn't that good before.
Man said Bradley, why would you parley with me?
When he was at the academy, yes, it was.
No, it wasn't, bro. When
Frimpong was there, it was.
Man City Academy. Man City Academy.
They just produced since the
Man City's Academy. It was about 10 years ago.
Isn't it?
Man City's Academy 10 years ago is when they started, because they started to get the players from London because they opened up.
But we're not talking about like the beginning of time. We're talking about
10 years ago. No, but he's saying that they've always been good, and I'm.
No, but weren't Frimpong in the academy when we won the league? It was around
in 2019.
Yeah,
but you're talking about the academy, bro. The academy for Man City.
Yes.
Yeah, that's from 2010.
Wait, is that the timeline you're going from? Because that's not what you said.
That's what.
So you're saying the academy? No, go on. Explain. Sorry, go on. What did you say then? The academy from when Frimpong was there. That's how he started.
Well, Frimpong
was in the academy at Man City.
We're talking about Man City's academy. Go on, bro. Go on.
When Frimpong was at the City academy, Man City's academy, right? When he was there, right? So from 2010 to 2019, that 19 cohort, was the top academy in the country. Liverpool's academy was in the.
I'm not going to disagree. No. I thought you were talking about.
What I'm saying
about the academy in general. No,
what I'm saying is, what do you mean?
No, I thought you was talking about their academy in general, and I said no, they got good about 10 years ago. Before that, they didn't get the players. They were getting now. That's what I thought we were talking about. I didn't know.
No. They might have got good. But I'm saying that from that point, right? He was there from 2010 to 2019, so he had 9 years of schooling, And the players that came through there, your Fodens, your Palmers, your this, they were all in the academy at the same time. Bradley would have never got into that academy. And it was to the point that he had to leave to go to Celtic because he would never get into that team for Pep Guardiola because of the players they had, which is obviously understandable. That's the difference for me, innit? That's when I look at it and I'm like, okay. And then you go to Bayer Leverkusen and he's an Invincibles winner. I can't. The Bradley's not on that level at
these
all.
times, man. Like, what's his name? Is Romeo Lavia, like the guy that Liverpool fans are gagging for, bro.
You see the names in the chat, man. The Lap Sancho, Diaz, Brev, there's Beredam, Oscar Bob.
Oh,
Palmer,
yes, Diaz. I forgot about
it. It's a serious.
Rogers as well. Fucking Oro. Nah, that academy is serious. I didn't even know I forgot about these, man. Fuck.
They're linked to you, man.
Brahim Diaz, Eric Garcia. That academy was silly. Yeah.
And you already know as well, bruv. They got links to Barca and that. I'm just saying, bruv. UK trafficking. It's a traffic ring now, blood. If you think about it.
Let it go, man. Let it go.
Yeah, but I'm comparing the two brothers, bro. I ain't far off each other.
Sorry, I'll stop now.
What's the standout then for Frimpong? What's the standout for you guys for Frimpong then?
Versus Bradley or just in general?
Yeah. What's the standout for him? why Bradley's not as good as because you guys
At
don't think
the
he's
moment, I
as good.
think he's better than everything than a Bradley.
Yeah, literally. Maybe you know what? Maybe not in 1v1 duels. I might give that one to Bradley. Everything else, nah. I think
The passing he's better this season.
I just think he's better in general. I'm not talking about the individual seat. I'm just thinking he's better than him.
Yeah.
No, I hear that, but I'm saying we use the stats to have a conversation, which was a great conversation, by the way. So can we use it now again, or we're not going to use it for these two?
I mean, you can if
We
you
can
want.
use it. You can use it, but we're talking about an overall aspect of a player. We're not talking about.
Yeah, but I get that part because then it becomes a preference, which you can't then have a disagreement about. But the last one we had a conversation was more around the stats to compare players, see how far they landed. Then it becomes a factual conversation instead of an opinion based.
But your thing was a preference as well.
I'm not going to argue. No, but I'm not arguing with you guys. And yeah, it wasn't. But now I've brought up the stats, so we're going to see factually where are they against each other.
Yeah, but, it doesn't, but the stats
Is that
mean
fair to do or not?
Yeah, but
not really because they play two different positions. And now
Ends. Quick question, yeah. Do you think Slot brought in Frimpong because he thinks they're the same level? Or do you think he was up the level in the squad?
I'm asking a question, bro. We just use
I'm
stats
asking
having
a
a great
question as well.
conversation. But can we just use stats to have a conversation instead of using our opinions? We did a great conversation factually because we compared the players. Am I wrong in saying that? So what I'm saying now, my opinion is they're the same, right? So in my opinion, they're the same. You guys don't think so, which is fair because that's an opinion. But what I'm doing now, I'm going to compare both players to see how far off they are with each other. Even if you keep the same opinion as who you think is better, that's fine. But let's look factually who's actually, where are they when they stand up against each other.
But we compared players who are playing in the same position. You're not comparing two players who play in the same position.
They are. They're right back, bro.
No, they're not because he didn't play right back.
Now
what we're doing is now we're going to have to then.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Statistic that, for
right,
example,
when you have to bring up Thingy Johnson, Mendes, it wasn't about if Kerkez is better than them because we know Kerkez is better than them.
Forget it. Don't worry about it.
No, but that's what it was. Though, was it? Like you said that we brought to see who was factually better, but we didn't ask for the stats to bring up if Kerkez was better than Mendes.
No, it wasn't about who was better, but you wanted to see where they compared against each other.
Yeah, but we weren't comparing to see who was better. We just wanted to see where it lands.
Yeah,
okay, no problem. Keep it there. I'm saying that they're roughly the same.
Oh, yeah, so
you guys, in the opinion, they're not. So can we bring up the conversation now and have it and see where they land against?
Well, that's what we just said. You can. We don't particularly care, but you can bring it up if you want it.
But then, you're okay. But if your opinion is better, then why can't we have a conversation to see if that's true or not?
I didn't say you couldn't.
We're literally comparing a right wing back or right winger with a right back, and we're trying to have a debate about it. Like, I don't even know how we could even start that debate. Like, how do we even start that debate?
Bro, he's class as the defender, bro. I guess obviously he plays as a wing back. Cole still class as the defender as well, but we don't want to have it. I know, but it just sounds like when we want to use stats to have a conversation, we use it. But when we don't want to use it, we just
like, okay, did you watch Frimpong this season and said this guy's a cold right back? Like, at any point this season, did you say that? Or, you know, in fact, did you even just think he's playing right back?
That's not the point. This is what I'm saying. I'm trying to stick on topic. Can we do the comparison? No, because we're going to change it. We're going to caveat and go into a different conversation. I'm saying, can we stick to this and just answer a simple question? I'm asking, can we compare the players or not?
Look, we can't answer a question.
I ain't gonna lie. I answered the question, bro. I said if you want to bring up the stats, bring them up. That's all.
No problem, bro. No, because we compared the players before because you guys wanted to see where he lands, which is fine, fair. But now I've said, in my opinion, I think they're roughly about the same. I don't think one's better than the others. You guys are sitting on the other side is you think he's better, which is fine as well. Totally agree. But now I said, okay, let's just compare the stats and see who's actually better based around that. And
I never said no.
Keep our same opinions. It doesn't mean it changes our opinion.
I said bring the stats up. I didn't say no.
But it's not even that. But we literally compared players who play in the same position. We didn't compare like a left midfielder with a left.
Based on that, then do you think he's coming in to play right wing then?
Maybe.
Well, it has to be yes if you don't want to compare them because you don't see him as a right back.
I don't know where he's going to play. Like, I haven't seen him, but like, I'm going to assume that he's going to probably play both positions. He can do that, right? From what you said anyway previously, he can.
But that's why I said he can be compared. You guys, you're saying not
no,
you guys. You're
no. You can compare them. You can compare them. That's fine. If we're using these statistics right here on the board, how can we compare statistics from this season where you've got players who play in two different positions. What you're going to have to do is go back to a season where he played right back versus this season. Then, okay, Fez, we can now bring up the stats. How does it compare?
Here's the problem you're going to have with that, because here's the problem.
Playing that position.
Here's the problem you're going to have with that, because that the way you're making it sound is as if Frimpong didn't do no defending and Bradley didn't do no attacking. They obviously did. They crossed paths along that pitch on the right hand side. They've gone defending and they've had to attack. So you can compare them. Is as the only way you can't do that?
Compare Mo Salah with Bradley.
You don't want to compare it as if saying Bradley just stayed back, didn't cross the halfway line, and Frimpong just stayed at the halfway line and didn't come back. Then I would understand you couldn't compare them. But they both. We've seen Bradley this season, bro, play doing overlaps, underlaps, being in the box, being like even a centre midfielder at times. So we've seen him do more than just stand at right back. So you can compare them.
You can never compare a right winger with a right. Like, I've never seen that in my life ever.
I think. Look, the way to look at it, right, is we haven't seen. I think the question marks around and Jeremy from we haven't seen him play as a right back, right? Like just out and out right back for a team, right? So his attacking numbers will be completely differently, right? And his stats and his defensive numbers will be completely different to what a normal right backs would be. So in that regard, you can't go and you can't really judge it. You can say that based on the positions that they played, Bradley has had to do more defending, so his defensive stats will be better. Likewise, Jeremy Frimpong will have better attacking stats because of where he went and played. But I think everyone on the panel, I think everyone in the chat as well, will look at Frimpong and just with the eye test, right? And I think that's just I think although it's subjective, you look at it and be like, Frimpong's just the better footballer. Like if you had to go and play one as a right winger and one as a right winger, you go and play Frimpong, right? So I can easily state, and I think everyone could say that if you had to play Bradley as a right winger, he would have nowhere near the same impact that Frimpong would. However, we haven't seen Frimpong as a right back yet. So we can't judge what he's going to go and do on that front. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah.
Like I don't think you'd play Bradley as a right winger.
But it's not that I wouldn't just put him as a right winger, but I've seen him when he's gone there. The only thing I've said he could do better in his end product when he gets there. But playing there, I haven't seen it 1v1 taking people on and getting the ball in the box. I think he's done fine, bro. But we just put him there on the pitch, go, yeah, just play you as a right winger.
What, in the same way you've seen Frimpong, in what you've seen?
Yeah, but if I'm choosing the positions to play them, obviously I'll put one as a right back, one more because he's attacking stats. But I'm saying as the players, they're going to be playing on that side. Bradley does attack and he does defend. Frimpong does attack and he defend. One more so than the other, which is fair. But you can still compare what they've done.
So would you compare like Diaz and, I don't know, and Robbo? Because Diaz defends.
But that's two different positions, though.
But they play two different positions, bro. What are we to ends? Come on, G. Like
Frimpong, still, I know you look at the formation and it says he's standing out on the right hand side, bro. He defends as well. He's still a back five in the defense.
Like we've watched Frimpong. I'm not going to say at no point because that'll be a lie and that'll be a big.
You know, the only way I wouldn't argue with it if he played in the two behind the striker most of the time for Leverkusen.
But then why can't he compare Diaz and Robert?
Wing back is still a defender, bro. He just has a bit more attacking license.
I don't think it's as simple as that.
No, but it is as simple as that.
No. Reason why it's not. Right. Reason why it's not. No. I'll explain it. Right. You watch Palace and the way Palace use the back five. I don't care about Palace, bro.
I'm just telling you what a wing back does, bro. I don't understand what.
Bro, the way
different managers use wing backs different, isn't it? Some of them have them doing more defensive work as well.
They're defenders anyway, bro. So
Bobby Firmino,
Trent was still called a right back. No, but Trent was still called a right back when he was inverted in midfield. On the piece of paper, it said he was a right back.
So Bobby Firmino and Haaland, right? Or Havertz and flipping Haaland, are they the same? Are they just the same? You can just judge them the same. You can't. They do completely different jobs on the pitch. Doesn't matter where it looks on the pitch.
So can I just clear up? I'm not going crazy, brother. We saying that wing back isn't a defender then?
Pull up both of their.
No. Can I answer a simple? It's a simple question. Is a wing back a defender? Yes or no? So I understand what you're doing.
I think it depends. I think it depends on the role because
but then
again,
we can't have a conversation.
But Tyreek Mitchell.
I'll be fair.
Tyreek Mitchell at Palace. But Tyreek Mitchell at Palace, right? If you use them, right, and Munoz at Palace, they do completely different jobs. Hence why the stats are completely different. When you look at Frimpong and you look at where he played for Leverkusen, then it's like X2. Like Munoz doesn't play the same role that Frimpong did for Xabi Alonso. So I can't look at it the same.
Pull up their heat maps. Let's even just compare. Let's just even look at that so that we can at least get a base. Like to see what going on. I'll be very interested.
Wing back is a defender. But I'm just saying that managers historically, that's what a wing back is. It's a defender, but managers just use them different.
And that's what it is with football nowadays. Is that it's not you're occupying space on the pitch, but then it depends on where you're occupying it. You might start in a position like that, or you might say you're playing on the right, but I want you to do X, Y, and Z. It's like when, do you know what I mean? When it's like what Szoboszlai is doing. Szoboszlai is not playing like he's not playing like Özil. He's doing a completely different role. I can't compare what he does and what Özil do. Like Szoboszlai does more of a job. I can compare it more to what Henderson was doing for Klopp as opposed to what Özil did for Real Madrid, in my opinion. Even though they're playing at 10.
I can actually show it. 1 second, guys. I'll bring it.
It works the other way as well. It's like doing it for Grimaldo, when it with another left back when he's playing a certain way.
Man. Yeah.
Okay, so that's Jeremy Frimpong's heat map. The right one? Yeah, Frimpong. So that's Frimpong's heat map.
He's not even.
Looks like Salah's heat map.
Before we even move on, let's just even dissect his first, and then we'll go to Bradley's, and then we
of course,
straight from there. So this to you is someone who is a right back, like
that defend. Yeah, he does defend. This is why this half of the pitch has got red in it. But based on his position, if you're playing a back three, that space is going to always be left. So that's why here is going to be filled in a bit more than here. But it shows he has to come back and do his job as well.
No. That proves you.
So no, if based on what you're saying, then he shouldn't have nothing in this half of the pitch. Then
I don't think anybody said that. To be fair,
that's not realistic. To have nothing in the half of the pitch. Even Salah has some.
That's why I said.
Even Salah has something in that half.
That's why when Jerry asked why don't you compare Diaz and Robbo, you're like, no, but it's two different positions. We're like, but it's the same.
Look how much deeper it is. Way deeper.
His whole game is literally before the halfway line.
So what about here, bro? It's still massive.
No. He has it. We're not saying that he doesn't have it. He has it. He gets forward.
And this is why I said they're both similar to me, bro. Because they can attack.
That's clearly a right back heat map, bro.
Bro, look at the heat map. Like, that's why I wanted you to see the heat map.
I'm not saying one is not a right. This is the thing. What we getting? I'm not saying he's not a right back and the other one doesn't play as a wing back. I'm not saying that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying I look at both of them and I'm saying when Bradley attacks, he can do the attacking, he can do the defending. I think Frimpong can do the defending, but he's going to be able to do the attack. I don't think.
Cool. And based on that heat map, where are you getting evidence? This is where I understand some people having a bit of reservation about Frimpong. Where's the evidence that he defends? Because on that heat map, he's not even in his box. He's not in his box.
The formation and the system is slightly different, bro. So that's why the heat map won't be the same.
How can you be a defender and not defend your box?
Because you have to defend regardless, bro. It just makes your life is easier because you got a back three. So the ground that you would have to cover, you don't have to necessarily cover it every single ball.
All right. So
because someone will pull that for you.
All right, cool, fair enough. So if you pulled up, I don't know, whoever from a back five, but let's just use Munoz because I think he's really, really good. If you went, you don't think Munoz's heat map is in the box even as a back five? Or when Chelsea played with Tuchel, you don't think James's was near the box? It was just in the forward areas.
Yeah, but that's fine. But as you said earlier, bro, systems are different. So maybe in that transition, they go, right, no, still stay high, and then we'll win it here, and then we'll transition with you. So it's never going to be accurate to every player.
At this moment in time, we can't compare Bradley and Frimpong then because their roles have been completely different.
I'm looking at them as a player, and I go, nah, I think they're roughly the same in terms of players, right? I don't think there's massive disparity between the two, which is you guys don't think that, which is fair because that's your opinion based on what you've just said.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but when I said that, let's look at the stats then, and then just have a proper let's see now, compare the stats and see who's better in what position. But the stats ain't far off of each other. So it goes back to what I was saying. What I originally thought was I think the players are roughly around the same. One doesn't jump out higher than the other one. But it doesn't mean that
that's fair enough. It's just that we were a bit shocked because to me, one does jump out higher than the other one as a footballer, bro. Not as a right back, because obviously one of them's a right back and one isn't. As a footballer, and it's not Bradley's fault. And also, it doesn't mean that I'm dissing Bradley either. I just think someone's better than him. The other one's been playing at a high level for longer. He's had more impact on his team for longer. He's just come off the back previous season, off an unbeaten season with record assists and stuff like that. So for me, it's like a no-brainer that I think that the geezer's better than the other player. It doesn't mean that I don't think Bradley can get to that. Bradley might be better than him in general at a different level, but for me, like, and it's an opinion, of course, and let's not pretend like you lot don't have the same thing when someone else says that someone's better than another player. To me, Bradley being better than Frimpong's crazy at this current moment. But it's because I still don't think we've seen enough of Bradley. I've not seen him play for a consistent season. I've not seen him play 20 games in a row. So for me, I'll just leave it, innit? It's like, I don't know. It's kind of what people were doing with Konto at the beginning. I really rated him in that, but then everyone started saying that he's better than these other ones who've had a whole season, and I just don't really think it's the same. But it's always going to be an opinion. But I'm trying to be fair to Bradley as well. He ain't even had the same amount of time as Frimpong at the top level. Played a few Champions League games, but not
the way I look at it personally, right, is I don't think there's a situation where Liverpool don't go and look to push Bradley by getting a better fullback. Because you see that when Trent came through, right, on decline, Liverpool didn't go out and get a right back that's better than Trent Alexander-Arnold because you want to just start him. I think Liverpool going to get Frimpong is because the club believe Frimpong is the better player. But guess what? Bradley's a really, really good option. Let's challenge him. Maybe he can become better, which no one's denying. But I don't think Liverpool go out of their way to buy like another Tsimikas equivalent to Robbo, where Tsimikas is going to hold bench for Robbo, and you might get the odd game here and there. I think that's fair to say.
So then the signing of Frimpong would necessarily don't push him then because he's not signed as a right back, in the opinion that you made.
We don't know.
No, I think he is signed as a right back. My opinion is that you can't compare the two. That's why I said Bradley this season, based on what he's done, he's had more defensive work to do. So his stats will be skewed to a more defensive side. With Frimpong, I think from an attacking standpoint, he's miles ahead of Bradley, but they do not play in the same position. The reservation some fans will have about buying Frimpong is because we haven't seen him play as a conventional right back in a system. So there will be question marks surrounding his defending. You had a show with Kyle that was really, really good, where he kind of spoke about, I don't think defensively he's that good, right? Which is fair. That's his analysis. But Liverpool, if they're buying him for that position, it's because they believe he's better than Bradley. I don't believe they're buying him for backup to Bradley, because ultimately that's what you would do, you know. If you thought Bradley was the guy and you thought you could trust Bradley for a 38-game season and he could stay fit, you do what you did with Trent. You give Trent the starting armband and you sort out backup another way because you're confident in this guy's ability to perform and play 38 games. Frimpong's availability is 38 games every single season. He hardly gets injured, and you're buying him. No, I think they're similar age.
No, listen, I think that's a fair point. But obviously, looking at the stat factually, it's not far off in terms of the attacking stats either. Defensively, Bradley wins, and you're right. That's fair because he does more than the defending than Frimpong does. But even in the attack, Frimpong doesn't outshine him. No, I'm looking at it, but it doesn't outshine him in it.
But didn't Frimpong get like 30 goals and assists?
Last season?
Last season or something like that.
That was the previous season.
Previous season.
Yeah, previous season. This season got 5, but by Liverpool, they ain't been as good. I mean, they've got 60 points in their second. Like, they've been poor. But like when they won the league, like you got 30 goals and assists.
Comparing them based on the season, what they just had now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because if we look back, then I think that'll be unfair because Bradley he did play quite a few games, to be fair. But if we're looking at what they are now, I don't think they're far off each other.
No, would you? But I don't think it's what they are now, right? I think it's the performance level. So you think this is Bradley's best season?
No, I think as a player, I think he's a very good player.
No, I understand that, but would you say that now this is Bradley's best season so far?
There's moments within the season, but as Savage said earlier, there's still not enough games to say this is his best season.
Cool, but let's say this is the season that we're using to analyze. You have to look at Liverpool aren't buying Frimpong based on what he's done this season. They're looking at the whole package, right? On his ability and his potential to go and play. At his best, Frimpong got 30 goals and assists. Bradley is nowhere near that from an offensive stamp. Like,
well, we don't know because maybe we get to see that this season because maybe he'll start more games, play all the games, and maybe he'll get that.
No, he might do, but he hasn't done. So factually, you cannot go and say that they're on the same level from an offensive standpoint. Because even if Salah got 15 goals this season, right, and Watkins got 30, I would not be standing there and telling me, yeah, Watkins is, he's better than Salah though. Because Salah, I've seen previous. Yeah, he had a drop off this season. He got 5 and 5. That's his drop off.
But do you think if Bradley was playing in the same position, he couldn't have got those similar style numbers or not?
Nope, definitely not.
Nope,
definitely not. I don't think he ain't got the low center of gravity. I don't think he's as good on the ball in terms of dribbling wise. Like Frimpong's like a winger, as Savage said. Frimpong's like a winger. So I'm interested, me personally, for myself, I'm interested to see how that translates to him being a right back. Hence why I'm going back to Kerkez. I'm like, right, Liverpool actually got Kerkez. Because in my head, I spoke to it on G's channel. I was like, if we're getting Frimpong, does that mean we're going to go and get like an Ake type left back, like a centre or Inacio, a centre back that can play left back? Because it means that you're lopsided on one side, but it means you've got that cover on the other side where Konate can get across. If you've got 2 bombing fullbacks, I'm interested to see how that works now. Like personally, I don't know how it works.
Do you think
I want to be defending at us just a decent level slot because let's be honest, if Trent weren't leaving, I don't think he would have wanted Trent to go anywhere. So you're getting
do you think shifting the formation then would help that what we spoke about before? Because then you get the best out of Frimpong. Bradley could still play in that position. Kerkez can play in either the left back or.
The only problem is you shift in the formation just for like one person in it or one person's position.
And he becomes the system again, innit?
Yeah.
And you want to get the best out of the player instead of.
No, you are right, but I just feel like he's new and it's one person. The rest of the team's used to playing a certain way. If they can all do it, then yeah, I agree with you. But he's gonna have to be Super Saiyan levels to.
Say we go and sign like Gahey and put him at centre back. Then you got Virgil Konate, Gahey at the back. And then play.
I don't know if Kerkez can play wing back. I don't know about Kerkez, the wing back thing. I've only seen him at left back. So,
I think
he could do the wing back thing, but you could just do it the way like Victor Moses and them man did it. He could do it, but it wouldn't be like what Frimpong was doing. Like I was seeing him in central areas, wrapping it into the top corner. Like that's a different level of wing back. Like I get it. You can have the wing back that's just defensive and old school, but Frimpong wasn't that. Frimpong was that. It's always high. Like you just never dropped. It was Andrich and the DMs that were going into that position. So I don't know.
Even with that, like, I'm with you in terms of like changing the formation, but I also do not trust the midfielders and the other players that we've got for me to
trust
really,
the guys, bruv.
Yeah, for me to really like want that, like I want that. I would want that in terms of we did the show where if you've got certain players, then you can sort of switch it up kind of thing. But yeah, it would just be about like it's the other positions that you'd have to start worrying about more so just because of the players that you've got now. Obviously, if we signed a different type of players in certain positions like midfield for one and striker potentially and whatever, then yeah, maybe you can, you know what I mean? Then that would actually make more sense. But also, if you did switch the formation to the 3 at the back, we could also switch it back to a 4. You know what I'm trying to say? With Bradley playing as the conventional right back anyway. So it gives us the option of saying, you know what, in this game, we need to have 3 at the back because of whoever we're up against, right? So we need to have someone like Frimpong a bit further forward, blah, blah, blah. And we know he can affect the game really well there. But in this game, we can actually just go with a conventional back 4. And Bradley, you can slot in there absolutely fine because you're used to playing here and you're good at playing in that position. Not a problem. Having that versatility, I think for Liverpool would actually be good. Being able, I've never seen Liverpool like start a game where it's like not just like random in the middle of a game we're trying to score a goal. Start a game and say, no, we're going to go 3 at the back. No, we're going to go 4 at the back. It's always midway through or someone just got sent off, so we got to switch it around. No, I want to see, that'd be interesting to see, for Liverpool, moving forward. And maybe this does that. Maybe. Again, I have no idea though. No idea.
You know what this does show, man? I swear, watching this is like the levels of ballers out there is scarce, man. Obviously, take away the players that want to. Don't pick the players that want to stay at their teams or have just signed a new contract. the people who are available who look like the bro levels are scarce, bro.
Mad. Yeah.
It's all based on the managers now and the systems, bro. Just pick, you know what I mean? Anyway.
You have to be a system player to get into most of these teams now. This brother still hasn't decided yet, man. I know you guys don't think it will happen, but just hear me out. Can you just hear me out?
Sorry.
Please, bro. Like, come on, man. I just want to. Can I not just get this brother in the team?
Sorry.
I don't know. Yesterday you shut down the KDB one real quick. I said, yeah, we ain't doing it, bro. I said, raw, okay. He hasn't decided yet what team he wants to go to, but we're amongst the teams as well that he could potentially go to. Is this the type of player that Arne Slot could like transform this team with? The 10
I
that
feel like
we
you
know-
don't even believe what you're saying to us right now.
Yeah, and answer's no. Slot can't transform the team with him, bro. He's gonna have him running around like a defender, like he does as a Basel, bro. So no.
Unless he plays as a forward.
Yeah,
But
false
hear me
nine.
out. That's one
or,
thing. We're going to change the formation to a back three and then put the 2 10s, and he'll be one of the 10s.
No, we're not doing 2 10s, blood. We're not doing 2 10s, bro. Like, I don't know what that one Man City game got everyone lost in the space, blood. Like, it's not happening, bro.
You never know, you know. You never know. To be fair, because we don't know. Reason why I say that, we don't know. We don't know what a slot, but we don't know what. I don't know what a slot play is. I don't know what slot system is. I don't know what his style is. I don't know anything about this brother. Right now, we just have blank canvas.
When they spoke to Curtis and Basel after that game, they asked him what position you play, and he said a 9.5, blood. So I don't know what.
A 9.5. Fuck it.
So, all right. So, man, please, man, come on, man. Can we not just put like this in the atmosphere, bro? We get a play like this, brother, in the team, bro. That's the transformation. That's a great transformation. That.
I'll be real. We don't. I just think from what Jerry's saying, or sorry, from what Savage is saying, I just think we just don't trust Liverpool to just get a player of this ilk, who's one of the best players in the world, and say you're gonna come and do that, and you're gonna just do that here. For some weird reason, Liverpool have this knack of getting a player who does this to do something else. I don't know why. I like, fair enough. If it works, then for the team, great. But we just don't like. That's why, as much as I would want like a Musiala, I'm scared. I'm like, nah, don't even come here because I'm not even trying to see you come here and you're doing up left wing back or something. Like, I don't need it.
Yeah. We'll play Musiala in the false 8, blood.
In the false 8, and then man will start RG. But what on for his defensive stats? I'm like, bro, I don't know.
Can I ask, right? I get this skepticism because we've had the years on the clock, right? And we just do some madness at times, right?
No, it's not years on the clock. It's Edwards. He's still here.
Okay, all right. But remember, Edwards ain't he's just the operations guy.
Nah, bro, he's my man's boss, bro. He's his gaffer. He's done his gaffer, bro.
The thing is, you're saying Klopp, but Szoboszlai this season, nobody rates him. And you know that because we've seen everyone.
We got a new gaffer. Hear me out. We got a new gaffer.
Gee, that hurts you, innit? Gee, that hurts you. Because I know you had the stocks in the stocks.
Don't worry, G. He'll be fine, bro.
Yeah, I know.
New manager.
New manager played Kwanzaa at right back, and Curtis Jones at right back. I'm just saying, bro. Like,
nah, Liverpool are a curse, bro. Liverpool are actually a curse, bro.
All right, look how we're moving. All right, look how we're moving in the transfer window now. We're sorting out the right back. We're sorting out left back. Like we're moving.
We're not even buying the proper right back. We're buying the guy that we're all confused about. Like we had a whole 20-minute debate about whether he's even a right. Bro, nah, Liverpool are the same club from way back. Everyone's saying, oh, no, it's Klopp PTSD.
Yeah, all I'm saying is if Klopp's left and the same thing's going on and the new manager, I'm just saying Edward seems to be the consistent. So
yeah, maybe I should apologize to Klopp because clearly this club is just yeah.
But, all right, but hear me out, bro. Change the formation, get these men in 2 10s. The gaffer is signing the players he thinks he can make the team better with.
Mm-hmm. Remember, that's really at centre back.
in possession.
Imagine he's the striker.
Yeah, you know, man all making excuses while now we need to get him and Alisson on the pitch at the same time. They're both World Cup.
Flop, man, you need to sign someone else quickly, bro. So I don't know, but sign Florian Wirtz, bro. Please, bro, do something.
Don't get twisted though. Man will be gassed like he's a top player. Like
he's a baller, bro.
Gassed if you sign someone like Flo. I don't care who you are. Yes, it's Liverpool, but you still be like, bro, Liverpool signed Wirtz, bro. That to me is when you're like, okay, now you're making a statement. Like when City signed Haaland, these times Aguero just hadn't even walked out the door. They're like, all right, Haaland, you're coming in. So you got the next best thing, or the best thing at the time anyway. And that's to me is whether you think he's good, whether you think it doesn't even matter. He, in terms of his profile in world football, his profile in world football is up here. Like, not obviously on the Mbappe type levels, but it's up there across Europe. So I'm like, rah, if you get a Florian Wirtz, because we all say if City signed Florian Wirtz right now, we'd all be like, yeah, title done. Yeah, we're just saying a title.
Do you what's mad? If Liverpool signed Wirtz, yeah, for the first time in the 200-year history that Liverpool have listed on the thing, where I'm like, rah, you have signed the Don Dada, like the one that's hot on the market.
We've never done it. We've never done it, bro.
We've never done it. Jude, it never happened. Flipping, like, we've never done this. Mbappe 2025, I'm still waiting for that.
The closest thing we got to people signing someone with potential to be world class was Torres.
5 years, I'm waiting. I've been waiting for Mbappe. 5 years.
Torres was the only one that I knew that people were already rating him. Like, oh, when he gets older, I think he's gonna be, and then we got him. Apart from that, bro, I don't. Never happened. But you're mad though. That's what you're saying. If he gets,
relax.
No, but think about it. If he gets older,
I don't think he was at all.
No. I'm talking about the guy right now.
No, we've never signed the guy right now.
When we're talking about signing like Jude, it wasn't if he gets older, he's got the potential.
Yeah,
No. It was sign the damn because he's the guy, right? We never got that over the line. When it was Mbappe, it went but 2020 Mbappe, he might get better, so we could get him and he can improve. It weren't nothing about improving. It was he's coming in and he's starting. Yeah, Wirtz comes in and starts. If Liverpool did that, you know what? I wouldn't say anything about FSG forever.
Nope.
Like I'd actually support them. I'd actually get an FSG in banner. I'd have FSG in my
bio. If he comes, where's the Boslogo going if Wirtz comes in?
Brother, who cares?
I don't care. Maybe he's got.
We know Slot can't cope without Sabozalai blood. It doesn't work.
Then you just drop McAllister and you put Sabozalai in that position. There you go. Bob's your uncle. Now we're done. There. It's done.
Listen, let me now that Enders give his dream about. Let me tell you.
Gravenberch? Okay, we'll drop Gravenberch.
No. Sorry.
Well, this geezer is gonna go to Man City or Bayern Munich, yeah, because him and Musiala's not gonna be in the same team, bro. So he's either, if he goes to Bayern Munich, Musiala's gonna go to Man City, or the other way around. That's what's gonna happen. Cunha's gonna go to Man U. We're gonna waste time and not buy a striker. Gyökeres is gonna end up at Arsenal. Isak's gonna stay at Newcastle. We're gonna get Delap, and yeah.
I'm just letting you know, Savage.
No. Why did you speak so accurately? Do you know how accurate that was from Savage? Like it almost gave me deja vu, and I haven't even experienced it yet. But yeah, I have in previous years. I literally felt that, and I was like, "Oh, I can imagine." And then it's like linked with Gyökeres, but then Gyökeres already at Arsenal and Liverpool. 5 days left of the window. 45 million on Delap because they don't want 30 anymore because we're desperate and not spending 50 with add-ons.
We're not spending 50 with add-ons. Like pay 50 then. All right, say we'll pay 53.
Guys, look, we're trying to sign players. Like, come on. Did you not see a little change? We're signing players before the season even done. We're sorting the positions that we were saying, like, yo, we have an issue.
No, we're moving mad. We're moving mad. But all I'm saying is, there's PTSD. If we sign Wirtz, we should have a celebration stream.
Oh, 100%.
It means Liverpool finally have we've got to that pinnacle from on paper anyway. It might not work out, but on paper, we've actually gone out and
we just signed. Like, of the top 5 hottest properties going, if you just sign one of them who's available, yeah, man, I'm happy, bro. Especially if you've already signed a left and right back already. Well, left and right something already.
Hold on. Quick one, sorry. I know K-Mac just said it. He said he met with his parents. Why are his parents? I keep hearing people talk about his parents. He's a grown man, you know. He's parents. He's not a child.
Yeah, and stop playing the game, bro.
No, G. You know when I made this team?
When did you make it?
Last season, bro. Start last season. That was the team I made.
The thing is, the team is good. Like
that's the formation. I put it in the group chat a bit. So yeah, I played. Yeah, those are the players I want to get.
That's what Jerry came out and said his dad's agent.
Okay.
Who's that? Florian Wirtz.
Because why not he met with his agent then?
I know,
don't
yeah,
need to know
but
his
with his
dad.
parents, that was crazy.
Everyone keeps
stuff.
saying his parents are holding him by the hand and like, do you like Liverpool? Do you like this school?
Didn't you hear the story?
I mean,
didn't you hear? I saw it. This is how you know, like he's probably Liverpool bound because we love one of these come up.
Oh, don't tell me his parents are Liverpool fans.
No.
Let me hear
It
it.
was apparently his parents. They gave when he signed with because he was at Cologne, I think, before Leverkusen. When he signed with Leverkusen, his parents, he was humble upbringing, so his parents only gave him 150 euros every single month. And there was I was like, what kind of story is this, brother? I said, bro, I don't give a fuck about what your parents used to do.
Can you link that into Liverpool? Why is it Liverpool?
Wait there, G.
No,
wait, 150 euros when? A month?
Yeah, they used to give 150 euros a month.
No, that's Savage. That's all he had. He couldn't buy the newest boots. He had
That's
to save 2 months.
I can only buy one pair of 110s a month, blood. What? Oh, sorry, I can only buy a pair of Air Force Ones
and extras.
I thought you lost stories, so I just kind of like I read it. I was like, no way, like this is mad.
Notice that Ends ain't responding to this, brother, because this is how bougie Ends is, blood, in his high tax bracket, blood. Man said, on 200, bro. 150 a month, bro. I was on the streets trying to get 75, bro. I didn't smoke.
Listen,
I can't lie. Being on the road and only get 150 a month would get you mad. Like that would actually get you mad.
150 a month, bruv. I was begging my mum for £30 so I can go Sports Direct and sort something out for own clothes day. Are you mad?
Man, what you man know about trying to take money off a nitty, blood, and they're giving you 5p's and you still take it, but you know about that, bro.
Of course you still take it, bro. Like, what, you gonna say no? Bro, it's money, bro. Like,
what, going Sainsbury's coin exchange? Going Sainsbury's coin exchange. Trying to get your voucher so you can get some cash. That's a fiver that comes out of it.
150, bro. That's like when Donald Trump said, I come from humble beginnings. I started with a small loan of $1 million, bro.
Loan, bro. Give me that small loan. I promise you, I could turn it into an empire of some sort.
All right, man. The gaffer said, I think we can find 1 or 2 extra weapons that this team doesn't have. So the 1 or 2 extras are usually talking about the fullback and / winger.
No.
Is there strikers?
I think the fullback was a necessity, yeah. Because again, going to what you're saying, right? Unless obviously Bradley is there in it, so he's the same level. So you can't. So Frimpong's not really the weapon. Frimpong's not the weapon. He's just the backup in it. He's just the Bradley. Cool. Yes, he's not the weapon. Just got to be another 2.
So Writz could be Writz or Writz. Writz, is it? How do you pronounce it as a V? It could be one of the weapons, bro.
Maybe so.
No, I don't. The gaffer
do you not think he's going to get? No, I don't think he's going to buy a midfielder. You know, I don't think we're going to get another midfielder.
I know.
I do. But if we will, it would be an attacking midfield. I don't think we'll get another whatever. I think it'll be. You know what I mean? Bajcetic.
I think it'll be more opportunity. Like if randomly Cherky just becomes available at
he's available.
No. I mean, like if they lower that price, like Liverpool. Because if we're not looking at that position, and then it's, I don't know, Cherky is lower in price and we've sorted out everything else that he wants to sort out, then I think we just go in for someone like him. And remember, we still got to wait to see what happens. Like, for all I know, Jota stays. And all of a sudden, Jota stays, and then Diaz is staying, and then Gakpo's staying, and it's only Nunez leaving. Now you're like, we don't really have the space.
Oh, no, that's what I think is going to happen anyway, bruv. I think that's... Just listen. I don't know what's available in that. Cherky and Gyökeres, blood. Let's go, blood. I'm all right, bruv. I'm all right. I'll take them 2 over Burnley.
One midfielder. I just need
but Savage, it's not going to be Gyökeres and that. It's going to be Delap and maybe Cherky.
I know, bruv. I know. Yeah.
Now we'll get like Ekitike, that brother.
What about Šeško? Is you man call Šeško?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm fine with it.
Right, gee, all right.
I'm not gonna lie, I'd rather Delap over all of them, bro. I don't want.
I definitely don't want that.
Big Liam. Big Liam.
Honestly, I'd rather Delap. I'm not having him over session. I'm not. I'd rather Delap. He got the fundamentals on point. You see Mateta, he's gonna hold up the ball. He's gonna set it into, man. I know he can do that.
So I would even prefer to have Mateta over Delap and Sesko. I'll tell you that much.
No, but that's calm. But I think Delap's got. We're not going to get that Mateta in it. We're never going to do that.
Okay, theoretically, how much do you think he would cost?
If you can't do Cherky,
who Mateta?
How much? Like, if we had to bid for him, how much do you think Crystal Palace would let him go?
40 million.
Oh, they'll like 50, 40, 50.
40 million.
They'll push it.
Liverpool are going to sign I'm going to try and sign a false
They're
nine
like
in
the
like a
30.
vert and then get Mateta. Watch.
Eze's going to end up at Tottenham, isn't he? That's what Eze's going to end up doing and waste his
Yeah.
career.
Don't go Tottenham, man. Don't go.
It
just
will be
smells
him
of
and
Spurs
Madison.
blood.
Him and Madison, yeah.
Yeah.
Combination. To be fair, that's a lovely little pair of tens to have in your
I'm
team.
telling you, bro.
Joyful.
What about Osimhen?
I was just about to say, everyone's saying Osimhen, brother. Do Liverpool even want to pay Salah's wages, let alone pay Osimhen's wages?
You see Osimhen, that I can get on board with that. When you're talking about forwards, that's a statement as well.
Yeah, bro, he's amazing. He's
okay.
amazing.
Say the weapons. Say the weapons.
You're gonna hear all the Liverpool fans screaming about we can't get Osimhen because Cup of Nations. We can't have all the Africans going.
I forgot about
all the monkey. I mean, Africans going. Them ones slipping it out. We always get these types of players. They're never available.
Lads, that's the weapons then. Let's say the weapons. Close your eyes. Imagine Osimhen and Writz. Those are the two weapons.
Osimhen and Writz. No, that's not what I was thinking, bro. Manifestation, bro. I'm not getting both of them.
Why are you finding the manifestation? Let's hold hands and sing Kumbaya, bro.
Nah, man, you man still looking like that water.
Liverpool side Osimhen and Writz. I can't cuss Liverpool for a whole year. Like, as in, I'll just have to keep quiet.
I'm just letting man know it sounds cool, but I know that Man City is going to be in the market for players, and everyone's coming to the end of the tether at Man City. De Bruyne is coming to the end. Well, it's come to the end already. Gundogan, Kovacic. I just know it, so they're going to just start throwing bare man back in the squad. Bro.
Yeah. But the players are there to be got, bro. Like, Arsenal need a striker and we need a striker. Man City don't need a striker.
Would you, just a random question, would you sign Oscar Bob?
Baller.
If City said you would let him go.
If City let him go to us, yeah, but he won't. But yeah, I would.
What is he just like a Harvey Elliott replacement?
He's better than Harvey Elliott. But you're right, to be fair, in terms of the role that he would play. Yeah.
Who's better? Is Oscar Bob better than Harvey Elliott then, lad?
100 million and 25 gazillion%.
You see who I'm liking? Hold
on. No, Jerry. No, he's I want everyone's answer on the panel, bro.
I'm not gonna lie.
Better than Elliott.
I'm not gonna lie. I haven't seen Oscar Bob in it, so I'm inclined to say.
No gas, bro.
Jerry, you've definitely seen.
No, I haven't. I've seen the clips on YouTube and that. I haven't seen.
You watched City last season, so you saw Oscar Bob.
Off of the clips, you're trying to tell us to sign him, bro. No, Jerry, be honest, bro. Who's better, bro?
I said Elliott. I'm telling you. I said Elliott. Man. By the way, the person I want from who I've actually been impressed with, and I've just seen him a couple of times, is that Miley or Riley or O'Reilly brother on the left centre back. Yeah, grab him, get him to play left back. That's calm.
Savage, who's better? Oscar Bob.
You see the man behind me, bro. What are you talking about, blood?
No, that's not an answer, bro.
You see Harvey putting the gun at you, blood.
I don't see. That's not an answer, bro. Who's better?
No, Harvey at the moment, bro. But I just feel like, you know what I mean?
Do what's hilarious, by the way? Do what's hilarious? The fact that, like at the beginning of the season, of that season, this is 2 seasons ago, this was supposed to be our future. Elliott and Carvalho. Look how football moves.
Nah, they gassed up Carvalho in
2 seasons, and one of them's gone, and the other one looks like he's set to leave as well. Yeah, future proofing and that. Crazy.
These brothers again.
Carvalho bet on himself, brother, and failed the bet. Blood man said, "Listen, I want to play in the 10 for Brentford," then, and then said, "Nah." I'm gone.
I said, "Rotty."
Do you think he could have done well on the slot though, or no?
No,
I think so.
Not the way we played this season, no.
Yeah, exactly.
No. Yeah. It's
if Elliott's not getting game time,
him and Harvey were in them positions and that. And then as soon as they brought Sabazala in, it's like, nah, we need some. Because our midfield does get bullied, innit?
Why do you guys think? He changed from what we kind of saw in pre-season in terms of the way he used Elliott and Carvalho, and to then the way that he then used Sabazala. If it was working with Elliott and Carvalho, why do you think he changed?
Because it was
I don't think Sobo can do what their man do. I don't think Sobo can do what their man do. So
then why do you need to start him?
He only stopped. Remember, Elliott got injured and missed the first 3 months, didn't he?
Fairs.
Yeah.
So that's why.
I think he quickly realised as well, and maybe against Ipswich, that you need running power in the league.
Because once it worked, obviously when he put out his lineup against Ipswich and it worked, and he ran it again, it worked, and he kept working. he was like, "Yeah, no, I tried this with Harvey, but there's no point now in terms of changing it." So that's what it's running.
Like even me, like even though it worked with Grav, like I got a feeling Liverpool still sign a 6. I can't see Gravenberch going into it and being a starting 6 next season. Like I still think it's still very limited.
Hey,
F that guy, man. F that guy is crap.
What?
Stop the foolishness, bro.
Nah,
Thank you,
bro.
Jerry. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you.
Crap.
That's last former player of the season, bro.
Hey,
Yeah, that's Palmas, bruv. What?
Savage.
That's
Speak to them,
Palmas.
man. There, they don't.
Yeah,
know,
man, that's Sergio, bro. You get me?
Them man ain't watching
you
the
know
games,
what?
bro. Them man
It
ain't
was funny. Pedri's coming from Las Palmas, yeah, from like mad young and getting there. By Cetic at his career where he should be really peaking.
He's on loan, bro. What do you mean? He's on loan.
Yeah,
He's
you don't
just stay at Las Palmas. Just stay.
I don't
there.
want to see Biceps at Barca, blood. Barca dominate for 10 years, bro. If he gets
I promise you, he doesn't even get in over.
what are you talking about?
Nah.
Go on, name the midfielder he gets in over. Go on.
Frankie will leave. Frankie will leave to come to.
No. Let's answer the question. What midfielder does he get in?
Frankie will leave, and then he'll come in.
I'm asking you. What midfielders right now? Barcelona, all of us account every first team one.
No, he won't get in for Gavi.
Because his kneecaps don't work, blood. We know
No,
that.
he won't get in for Gavi. He won't get in.
Nah,
If
bro.
he doesn't get in over Gavi, if he doesn't get in
No,
over
but there's room, Savage. I mean, we rotate, bro. So
Yeah,
No. I'm asking you, of all the midfielders that Barcelona have currently on their books in the first team, which midfielder is he getting in over?
I just told you he rotates, bro. He'll get into the
But ends if the only way that would even work is obviously because players have been injured, right? If players weren't injured, remember we still got the Casados and that. You think he's getting ahead of him?
No one cares, bro. You get me?
Bro, he's not even getting in the bro. Bicetic is dead food,
No,
bro.
bro. This Gavi used a false prophet, bro, and you're just mad that.
No. Okay, you know what, Savage? I don't even mind you saying that, but I promise you, whatever that prophet is better than the book you're trying to read with Bicetic. I promise you, that book is.
You're just mad because you like didn't groom him first, isn't it? That's why you don't want him, bro.
I don't want Bicetic. I don't even want him.
You used to.
No.
So if you didn't groom the youth yourself, blood. You can't have him in your pedo ring, blood.
Savage,
Talk
to us when your case is finished. When your case is finished.
Hey, G,
hold on. Weren't Bicetic at Barca before Liverpool?
And he was too good.
He was at Celta Vigo.
Celta Vigo. Oh,
you see, nah, come on, man. Some basic run of the mill. Do you know what it is? I remember Pep Guardiola.
Nah, bro.
No. Listen, I remember this. It's Pep Guardiola, yeah. When Wilshere went and had a really good game against Barca, and they asked him, "Would you get into the team?" And he was like, "Yeah, we have 10 Wilshere in the academy. It's not a problem." And it ends up that being the case. That's the same with Bicetic, bro. He's comfy, he's nice, all of that. He's not him though. There's nothing like that. All right, cool. And you know what? Yeah, Grav, whole bench Bicetic can play.
No, it'd be for someone else. It won't be for Grav.
Who else is in the midfield that he can over?
You took out McAllister earlier, bro. So don't say it like you. I didn't hear you.
He's not better than McAllister, bro. I don't rate McAllister like that, but he's definitely not better than
Pre-season thing, G. Pre-season.
Man, them on the panel or Bridges, man, on the 19th of May, just letting man know, bro. The stocks in Bicetic are high blood. Is the guy, bro. But
I think they're on the floor right now. I think they're very cheap to buy.
No, if they're high, shot him, please. Shot him and get your piece back before it.
No, I'm just saying, bro.
Right, come and join me up here, bro.
On the 19th of May, 2026, we'll have the same conversation, bro. And I'll just let you know.
Okay, you know what, guys? You've heard it here.
19th of May 2026, conversation. And you better hope he's at Liverpool having this convo, because if he's at another club and they're winning the Champions League with him in the midfield, I don't want to hear it.
Okay, if he's at Las Palmas again on loan, I don't want to hear it.
Won't be at Las Palmas. He's going to be back.
I don't need for that. There's got to be a caveat.
You said if he's at another Champions League club winning. I'm saying if I see him in
Las Palmas, there's got to be a caveat to that, blood.
No, there's no caveat.
If Liverpool throw him on loan to a dead team, blood, what's he supposed to do, blood?
No. But remember, you're basing all of this off of what he's apparently done at Las Palmas.
You know what? I said it with my chest, bro, with my whole pecs, blood. I said what I said. Stefan. You get me? Sergio Bicetic.
I don't want to see your statistics on this, brother.
Run the stats, G. Let's roll it, blood. Let's roll it.
Let's see the stats. Let's see the stats.
I compared him against my boy.
Either way, one player is getting embarrassed. I know that.
Big up to my boy Grabbers, man.
And I ain't gonna lie, blood. You're not helping my case. Take it off.
No. But Sav, he's the guy. So
trust me. I know the stats. Take it off.
I know, but Sav, we're trying to measure him up.
Take it off.
No. Ed, it was funny though. It was funny. the one issue I've got with Grav is that he's a horrible passer, and man are telling me Bajcetic is this ball and passer. Get out of it! I just seen
Gary,
this. Get
G,
out of it, man.
can we just go through it, please? Let's go through it.
Let's
Let's
go.
Let's have a look. Okay,
Hey,
pass.
this is hey, wait. Is this per 90?
Yeah, per night.
Okay.
But we can do both like we did for all the other
No,
ones,
we
right?
don't need to do both.
No. Ed was doing both for the other ones, so let's do both for this one as well. Let's do
All right.
both.
So
Fair enough.
Shotsy there scored. Gravenberch can't score to save his life.
Yes,
Chance
yes.
creation the same, and then passing. Yeah, you know what I mean. It's good there.
Oh,
Passing,
53 to 37. Okay, fair.
Yeah, per night. You know, it's good, man. Style of play and stuff like that.
Quite a few
We
crosses
get
there.
that. Yeah. There you go. There you
Just
go.
scroll to
There
the
you
green
go.
pop.
Wow,
No,
look
his
at the
job
passing
to-
accuracy. 17
bro,
His job to
scroll to
cross
the
as
green
well.
pop. No, bro.
73, you know.
Close
That is-
to the forward passing as well. You know what I mean, Gravers.
And just scroll to the green pots.
Oh yeah, sorry. Let's go here, man. Look at that.
Hold on.
Look at that.
Hold on,
Play seven
Look at
tackles,
that.
made
Quick
what?
one, Ends.
Look at
Quick one,
that.
Ends. Quick one, Ends.
What do
Quick
we
one,
need
Ends.
from a DM?
Quick one, Ends. Just to understand, a forward pass, right? It's just a forward pass, isn't it? It doesn't have to make the player. So if I pump it long, that's a forward pass.
No, bro, because what they do is he plays it back so then they can chip it into Ollie McBurney blood. You don't know this.
Exactly. You're not
Oh,
watching, Gary, so you don't know.
They play
don't
back
know
and
the
he boosts it. I get it.
He
Non-league.
doesn't know. He ain't watching. That's why he
Non-league
doesn't know.
thing. I
Yeah,
get
you
it,
don't
I get
know,
it,
blood. That's the tactic.
You don't know.
have to
You're not
give it to
watching.
Ollie
You
McBurney,
don't know. But
This
look what
way,
DM is doing.
because
9.8.
look at that ground, bro. Man, they were talking about Gravenberch being the midfielder of the season. Look at the ground jewels and that. Look at the guy. I'm just saying.
Block shots, blocking interceptions up there as well. Look at the recovery. Come on, man.
What? What?
Bro, come on, man. Come on.
You see all of this growling that you're doing and that, yeah.
Man don't want to listen. He's not on sideways passes as well, man. He ain't gonna put his foot on it sideways. He's going forward passes always,
That's
bro.
Palmers for playing for their freedom, bro. You can think I can just play forward passes every 2 seconds. Nah, bro. We're trying to run away with 0-0s and that, blood. Get the ball into Ali McBurney, blood. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
But you know what's mad about Scott? Don't go too far.
No. We don't care about any of that.
Let's stop there. No, stop there. It's no point of him doing all of this passing wherever he's passing when your accuracy is only at 73%.
Let me tell you something, bruv. One team won the Prem and the other team was about to get relegated. There's a difference, bruv. They were playing Sam Allardyce.
But you brought up the stats and started doing the growling and that.
Don't keep shouting, bro. Just listen to it. Stop shouting.
No. But he started growling when they did the growling. I'm saying, okay, that's fair, and he's winning in that regards. So let me see, can he actually pass a football?
We don't care about ends. Remember ends. Remember, no one cared about the Bradley and Frimpong stats. Take it off, bro. No one cares, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
No one cares, bro.
Wait, can I look at total then?
I watched Las Palmas this season 5 times, bro.
Let's look at.
That's enough for me, bro.
Oh, Jesus Christ, total looks, man.
Yeah, hey, ends. What you doing?
Yeah,
bro?
that's all right.
Oh,
Turn off.
No. Ends, take it off.
You didn't finish.
The whole channel.
I clicked off by accident. My bad. No, I clicked off. Sorry, apologies.
It clicked off. Okay, no, that's fair.
Yeah.
I'll talk to the streamer and see if they can sort that out.
No, G. Okay, let me just say this to you and Jerry. Innit? I hear it, but and that's fine if you think that about him. But used to are harsh, blood. Like calling him shit and that's disgraceful. Blood.
Okay. Let's put you this way, then, Savage. Yeah. Thank you, honestly, for thing. I think Inyoni is a better player than Bajcetic.
That's fair enough. He's a wonder kid. That's a Trey's the boy wonder blood. Trey Maurice blood. He's the truth.
Fair
blood.
enough.
They called him Yaya in the Leicester Academy, but man don't know about that. You get me? My sources told me, bro. And they're not the same K-Mac sources. Proper sauce, bro, not barbecue, bro.
They're not quasi sauces at all.
Nah, blood. K-Mac and Quaddy got the same sauce, boy.
Fair enough.
I responded.
If he comes back from preseason and Slot shots him, see that May 19th stuff next year, forget about it. I don't want to talk about it, but there.
Oh, no, I'll remember. I will definitely remember.
Shout out to Honesty as well, man, for dropping 7 memberships for the man, them, and the ladies in the chat. If you got one, just say thank you, bro. That's all it is. Big up, man, Honesty, bro.
Yeah, love.
All right, boys. I think that's all I had on the agenda, bro. I don't know. Is there anything else we could chop up before we head out?
Agenda. I like that.
Do you think, and I can't off the top of my head, I don't know what strikers, but you've got like Gyökeres, Osimhen, Cunha, Delap. Who else is there? Sesko. There's about six strikers and maybe 7 of a list who's all available. I think Cunha's going to Man U anyway, so I think that's already going to happen. But do you think that for Liverpool and we just won the league, by the way, but progression is winning more cups, winning Champions League as well, and winning the league again, retaining. Do you think that we need to be in the market for at least one of them? We can't you can't let them all go get shopped to other teams because Oscar, man, he's felt like a Chelsea player his whole life, but they'll probably end up there, innit? I know John Obi Mikel's trying to get him over there. So if he goes there, Gyökeres goes to Arsenal, Isak stays at Newcastle, Cunha goes to Man U, Man City go and buy one of them just as a backup, then we're left with nothing and an injured Jota, bruv, and Nunes going.
I think
it could be a problem for us, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I think Liverpool need to, for that position solely, you need to be shopping in the market of, we need to get whatever's the best available out there. Like, we have to get that one of that cohort. I just think that unless you are going to generally buy Florian Wirtz, and then you're going to say, you know what, he's going to just play full time, and then but no, if you do that, then I guess I won't be as mad. I'll be like, okay, let me see how this works first.
Same. It'll be more like PSG then, won't it? It'll be more like PSG the way they play.
Yes.
I'm gonna do a thumbnail on or a show on Florian Wirtz signing for Liverpool. We're gonna do it, bro.
He's not signing.
I hope so. By the way, like I genuinely.
No, he will. Sav, bro, come on, man, he will.
Oh, I was confused about what he's talking about. Like pretend, isn't it? Like we're gonna pretend.
No, we're not pretending. No, we're not pretending. He is, bro. He's gonna be the number 10. We're gonna go to a back three.
Oh, okay. So what is gonna be welcome to the Etihad, Florian Wirtz? That thumbnail with the white, you know what I mean, with the light blue background and that. Because that's where you think that these men ain't gonna get somebody to replace De Bruyne, bro. Bro, and there ain't many people, bro. I'm sorry, I know that bothered. I know, but like, think of it. Think of the ones who are out there. Okay, that's a question to you, lot. And you can't replace De Bruyne because it's too good, but you replace the position that he plays in, what he occupies. Now go with the players who are available. Who does Guardiola get?
Musiala.
I actually think he's not going to go for someone as high profile as that. If he can't get Florian Wirtz, though, I think he's going to go for someone who's not as high profile as Musiala or Wirtz.
I think he might go shopping in the favelas or something, bro, like he always does. Them little random ones.
I don't think he even needs to shop in like a favela.
They brought my man in from River Plate. He's good as well. The Claudio Youth, he's actually good.
Yeah, no, but I think it'll be higher than that level because obviously they need higher than that. I think he'll do like you'll just go out and sign like a Morgan Rogers, Gibbs White. Like he'll just go to that level of player.
Okay.
I see.
He's in the academy as well, isn't it, Rogers?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was.
What about honesty? He's asking about these two players. Do you guys watch these two men for Porto?
Retegui at Atalanta. I would sign him more than I would sign the Sam.
Yeah.
Cool. Big up to honesty, bruv. Stick up to yourself, man. Calms blood, man. Said, love this show. You man are funny and honest. Now we are honest, bruv. It gets worse some days.
Oh, this is the calm day, if anything.
Yeah.
I understand that, like, Liverpool's interested in Dani Olmo. How's that possible? I thought he was signed to us.
Wait. Who said that?
Any blood?
No, he's talking about Man City.
Oh
yeah, they can't get it.
Funny that, isn't it? You know what I mean? It'd be like signing Olmo because he's not registered to any club. But
anyways, do you man listen to Ivan on Twitter? Big up Doc Arms for that super chat.
Is Ivan?
Who's Ivan?
The guy on Twitter, bro. The one that
the one who does the transfer stuff.
Yeah. He said Liverpool monitoring the situation of Harry Kane.
We've been monitoring that. You see the word monitoring when it comes to Liverpool, just forget about it, blood. Yeah. We always say monitoring, bro. It's Harry Kane, blood. Like, everyone's monitoring, bro.
It's actually true. Everyone's actually monitoring.
Like I said, we already had our opinion. We already had our opinion on how our club runs in it with FSG and Edwards and all that. And then everyone watched the Salah interview where Salah confirmed it. He said, I know how the club works. I didn't expect to be here, bro. Because they don't because of the age. That's Salah blood. Big Salah blood. And now, man, think we're going to get Harry Kane, brother. Harry Kane going to go back to Spurs is what he's going to do if he leaves, bro.
And then he says, Leon has confirmed Ryan Shirky will leave the club this summer. Previous reports suggest that he could leave the club for a fee of the region of 20 million euros. He has been linked to a move to Liverpool previously.
Yeah. Well, the fact that I watched him at the end of the game saying bye to the fans, that's the source I got. I don't know what. I don't know where they got new sources. I don't know if they invite to everyone. But bring Shirky in, blood. Top baller, blood. Sound like a Liverpool signing as well with the money it's going to cost, bro. So,
Someone went on Twitter and then compared Robinson's stat with Kerkez. I don't know if they did it per 90 though. It doesn't look like they did, but it's just
Anthony
all green
Robinson.
on No, Andrew Robinson, Andy Robinson, R1.
Oh, yeah, that can't be based on this.
Nah, they didn't do per 90, bro. They did that because there's all green on Kerkez's side.
Don't prove anything, can it? Really? Like, I get why you did it, but it doesn't prove anyone doing that when, if everyone thinks that Rob was on his last legs, comparing the young up-and-comer to the old guys, like, how's that even going to benefit anyone? It doesn't. You're best off comparing him to other left-backs that you want, but if Kerkez comes to Liverpool anyway, it don't really matter, bro. It's over with, innit? I'll stop calling him Jerkez once he puts the red top on as well. I'll retire that name. Unless he has a stinker, then I'll go back to calling him Jerkez, bro.
You call him Kerkez now, then?
No, he's not got a Liverpool top on yet. Once he signs, I'll stop dissing him and that. Yeah, I mean, I got respect for our players, innit? Unlike some fans, but anyway.
So, Gimme Sports says Ryan Shirky has his heart set on Liverpool this summer.
Yeah, man. Come on. Can I have a word, bro? French and that. Yeah.
His heart is set on joining us. Okay, this is a squad to be. Hold on a minute. Did Kerkez like the vid? Oh my days, this brother liked the. I told you he's twerking, lad.
Been twerking for the
picture of him saying the one that Fabrizio posted. He liked it.
Bro, he's letting man know early, bro.
Nah, this brother is on job, man. I'm trying to see if there's any more news. No, I don't think there is any more.
Just judging how much money we normally spend on that, bro. I think what's Frimpong and Kerkez money? How much is that altogether? What's that?
Kerkez what 40 something? I think it is. And Frimpong's about 30 something.
Oh yeah, Kerkez not release clause, is it? It's just a.
Okay, so like 40 and 30, and then Shirky was be another 20. It's like 90 million on 3 players, bro. Sounds about Liverpool. It sounds about right with Liverpool, to be honest, bro. So, yeah, run it.
And those are the weapons that makes us better, right?
Shirky definitely makes us better, bro. He definitely makes us better. He's useful in that spot. And then I think everyone else in the midfield does step their game up a little bit, bro, because I need to see this world-class McAllister everyone's been talking about.
Savage, can we leave McAllister alone, please?
I am leaving, bro. I think he's a great footballer, bro, but that doesn't mean he's world-class. So I'm trying to see. If he gets to the level that is meant to be world-class, then Liverpool should be amazing, and he should be getting midfielder of the season and all that, because he's definitely got the talent to do it. But for the man, now I know how to judge Liverpool fans, because now everyone thinks saying that he's world-class. Now I know not to listen to them people, because we have difference of opinions, which is fine. But what I think is world-class and what everyone else is completely two different things, bro. That can't be a world-class season to me, bro.
Gio Mamadashvili waves goodbye to the Valencia fans.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I can't wait to see him as well. Actually,
I can't
wait to see him in goal, man. Do you think he'll get pre-season games, wouldn't he? A few of them.
Yeah, he's gonna kick Ali out the squad, bro.
You think so?
Yeah, but you might better say bye to Ali, bro.
Apparently, it says, I was just reading something, that if we can't get the deal done for Kerkez, because we're asking for quite a bit of money, if we can't get that deal, then we'll go for Hato.
Another Dutch done. I hear.
Fucking hell, but this overrated dupe, blood. Just get 8 more of it. Fucking Hato, blood.
But yeah, it doesn't look like I don't know. It seems weird. It's like, I guess it's all conflicting in it, but I don't think the Kerkez is just like it's a done deal. Like, unless Liverpool are just ready to pay the money that Bournemouth are asking for.
What do you say, Scraps? Do you think? Nah, okay, everyone keep laughing, bro. Everyone keep laughing. You think that this geezer's coming to sit on the bench, bro?
I keep telling people that, man. Really
Let me tell you how. I'll tell you exactly how it's gonna go. Ali's gonna start the season. Ali's definitely gonna get injured because he just does. And once he gets injured and comes out of the squad, you're gonna start seeing Ali in just Champions League games, bro. That's what you're gonna see. And then all of a sudden it's like, nah, you're gonna make him sound special. We need a special keeper for the special nights at Anfield. Meanwhile, Mohamed Asford is playing 35 games a season in the Prem. I know, Scraps, I know. He's not that good with his feet. He's a great shot stopper. He's a bit, you know what I mean? But I told you, bro, I'm changing. Because it was Mamadashvili until he got to Liverpool. Now he's a Liverpool player. Mamadashvili is no more, blood. But
In fairness, though, we never looked at Ali when he joined Liverpool, and even forget how good or bad you thought he was. I definitely didn't look at Ali and say he's a good player with the ball at his feet. I definitely didn't think that.
No,
Yeah, that was never. Yeah. That's
but
do you know what I'm trying to say? So,
yeah, but
really,
what do you mean? He's still not a good player with the ball at his feet.
no. But that's what I'm saying is that like
no,
everybody
he has improved that. Because before he was trying to scoop the ball over a player's head when he first
That's
came.
the Brazilian side, isn't it, bro?
You remember? Klopp said, "Yo, big man."
You know, like the way that everyone's talking about Mamba Dash, really, he's not good with the ball at his feet. He must be good enough for like Slot to have said, "Yeah, sign him." Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think he's and it could be like a Donnarumma situation at PSG.
That's
How about you just
exactly
stop using the goalkeeper? Like that's what they did. They stopped using the keeper for these moments.
That's the best way to explain it. That's the best way to explain it because I don't think Donnarumma is a good goalkeeper, and on his day, he has world-class moments, but he's a bit shaky a lot of the times. But listen, when you play for a team that has most of the ball, you don't really get put in them positions like that. So, yeah, I think he'll be fine still. Liverpool, that's one of the most proactive things I've seen Liverpool ever do, bro, sign that keeper. Because we just don't do stuff like that. You get me? And we know that Ederson was on the verge of leaving City anyway. He's probably going to leave this season. That would have been perfect for City to go and get him. You get me? So, yeah, man. So one of the great
I was just about to read out on this, Steve, bro. Xabi Alonso plans to use his contacts at Liverpool to try and push for an ambitious Real Madrid transfer for Alexis McAllister.
Yeah,
Source,
definitely.
insider.
Never said that. Alonso definitely never said that.
Alonso, you must want to try and burn bridges at Liverpool, boy, about trying. Be very relaxed, bro.
Ain't he a bigger ain't he like more adored by Bayern and Madrid fans?
Madrid than Liverpool.
Oh yeah.
I think to be fair, I would probably say, but then at the same time, I've seen how the Liverpool fans speak about him when he comes and plays, and the way he's spoken about Liverpool as well.
No,
you know what I mean?
I think it's the time he was at Liverpool. He weren't at Liverpool for that long, innit? No. I think that's what it is.
But remember, bro, we clap when Nunes touches the pitch, so like, exactly. I can't even take us seriously anymore when it comes to these kind of things. But I know that he does respect Liverpool highly.
He's definitely like a thingy, and he's an out of sight, out of mind legend. So like, no one actually thinks about him on the radar, or he turns up anyway. It's like, oh, Liverpool legend, Xabi Alonso, but he's like an everybody legend. That's what I was saying to him about loads in football. But like, all of them men, like Seedorf and all these men, and Ronaldo and all that, like they just belong to bare different clubs, bro. You know
but Ronaldo played for Barca, Real, AC, Inter. Like, if that's the worst loyalty thing you've ever seen, bro, like that's crazy.
Yeah, it's everywhere, bro. Seedorf won the Champions League with all these different clubs. Etu played for everyone, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. That's why growing up, that Totti thing was so mad. Like now, everyone's adults, you realize why everyone kept mentioning about Totti being this one club player, how great it was. Because we're just in the Prem, like, nah, this happens all the time. No, it doesn't, bro. Not when it's easy to stay at one club when you're not that great because nobody wants you like that, innit? But when you stay at a club that long and you're top tier, what Totti was, that's kind of Ryan Giggs did the same thing at Man U, bro. I remember Inter Milan wanted him early, Juve wanted him. He just stayed there.
I think
he's a bit disrespected though, Ryan Giggs. But I guess if you headbutt a girl and take your brother's missus, I think that would do that to you still. Someone who had him on the podcast, just like. You know when you can see people trying to buy their time to get him back on some kind of media. So I don't know if it was real. So I saw a thumbnail pop up and I was like, I ain't seen Giggs have an interview in ages, bro.
Same. I haven't seen one.
Kind of awkward to have an interview without bringing certain stuff up, but I get it.
But that's why it would have to be a Rio, for example. I don't know.
I think it is real. I think it is. I think it's one of them.
Yeah.
I ain't watched it.
Have to be someone who's cool with him enough to be like, bro, you know I'm gonna have to ask you these questions, but we're cool enough that I can ask.
And then Rio's just gonna get terrored in the comment section because he gets terrored anyway, bro. So
man, bring up the maddest stuff.
That's what thingy, innit? You saw the pictures, innit, with at the end of the thingy game. Yeah, Greenwood with his and his missus. Yeah, awkward, isn't it? Like, what's everyone supposed to say now? Like,
can't say nothing, bro. Let man live his life now. Hey, quick one. I just see someone tweet, and then they've got the Liverpool team, they think, and then do you know what's going across in the picture? That mad Barca team. So they've got Alisson in goal, Frimpong right back, Virgil Canate centre backs, Kerkez left back, Gravenberch, McAllister, and Writz. With Diaz, ? And then Salah. That team can go.
You said something about Barca. What do you mean?
So they've got the Barca team. So what he's doing is he's saying these men are the comparison to the Barca team.
Oh, okay, I get you. I thought it was like up
The man's got to
against
see his face saying that's Alisson. They got, yeah, bro, David Villa and
I-
them, man. Yeah.
Quick question on that though, yeah. Do you guys feel that this narrative about Diaz potentially going Barca is because it's maybe coming out from their agents and the fact that Liverpool want Diaz to stay because they rate him or Slot rates him, but the agent is trying to get the most amount of money for Diaz in terms of like salary wise? Because this was news about Diaz going, but it's like I don't know how you can go from like 1 minute it's Saudi that wants him, the next minute it's Barca that have just won the league and they're going to go and try and get the.
See the Barca stuff
Like,
with
it's
Diaz.
just polar opposites, bro.
The Barca
Huh?
stuff with Diaz, most of that is Liverpool fans making that talk. Every time I hear anyone have a conversation, they go, well, obviously Diaz is going to go Barca. And I'm just looking at them like, okay, when? Where did you get that from? You're still talking about his dad saying that he wants to be, but that's ages ago, bro. What are you talking about? They've just
No,
made,
but I saw today there was like one of those journals. I don't know who it is. Like one of those.
Also, Diaz
They're
said,
saying like,
he
yeah,
said he
that
wanted to
Deco.
go Liverpool.
I think Deco. Yeah, he said he wants to stay, but Deco was saying that, oh yeah, Luis Diaz is their priority target. Apparently, right? I'm not saying it's the case. So I don't know. From what I've seen this season, right? For whatever people's like issues with Diaz,
he's a baller, man.
man plays more or less every game, and they rate like Slot rates him clearly.
Yeah.
Right. So I just don't see a situation where Diaz, I mean, he's going Saudi or going. I think he's the one to stay.
I think Diaz is staying as well. I don't think we're getting rid of as many players as everyone thinks, man. But I think he's staying.
G's going to enjoy him in the new camp.
I don't know why everyone keeps, brother. I don't want him at Barca. I don't care if he stays at Liverpool. Like, if you're gonna leave Liverpool, don't come to Barcelona, bro. Like,
but why would you have him over Ferran Torres though?
No.
You think Ferran Torres is better?
No.
But you still just wouldn't have Diaz, even though he's better than Ferran Torres.
Wouldn't even think. Why would I even sign Diaz?
Why don't you like him?
It's not that I don't like him. I just don't think he's as good as, like, he's on a Ferran Torres level. I'm like, yeah, you're like that level. I wouldn't sign Ferran Torres though. Like, I wouldn't sign.
Do you think Barca think you can maybe do a Rafinha, where he just has good?
Maybe.
Yeah, possible.
So they're similar. They're quite similar in terms of how they play.
Maybe. And the thing is, I'm not going to sit here and lie and say I did not want Rafinha to get sold. Like, I was like, bruv, sell this, brother, and sign someone else. But
guess what? Now you've won the Liga and that you can actually use real money to like buy players. So that would be dope. Because all the other stuff's like, no, I'm not. Don't say anything bad back. I'm not trolling. I'm being serious, like, because you're broken. So like, I'm saying.
Oh, because you're rolling in money.
No, bro. I'm like, why you getting defensive? It's not coming from a Real Madrid fan.
Because I feel like you're attacking my character.
No, this ain't coming from a Real Madrid fan. It's coming from Savage. I'm just saying, like, now you can actually buy players like with real money, bro. Like, not the fake almost stuff where you just pretend to sign them.
Jerry, this is the problem we have. You see, when you go onto Twitter now, these men are there throwing what they throw up. This is why the fans have a go at them in the background, because they have conversations, which is great, but then they transfer into Barca and Real Madrid.
I literally just said this is not...
When they say stuff about Liverpool, Jerry, guess what happens in the chat?
So you're just saying that, like, because I like Real Madrid, I can't ever speak on Barca at all as a football fan. Brother,
I didn't say that, sir. I'm just saying.
Yeah, so all I'm saying is, I congratulate you on it. You've won the league. Well done. And you know what I mean? Now you've done that.
Even the way you're saying it, why like that?
Nah, okay, I'll say it again. Now you've won the league.
Treble.
Again, I don't even understand why does there need to be an emphasis on the way that you're saying how we won the league? Why can't you just leave it as we won the league and move on to your next sentence? Why can't you just
I'm proud of you, bruv. 2-3 seasons.
You don't need you're proud of it. I don't need you.
I'm saying it as a football fan. I'm proud of you. 2-3 seasons ago, you was losing to Man U in the Europa League, innit? And now
that's crazy. Real Madrid's gone from treble team to no trophy team.
To no trophies. Like, that's crazy.
This is the problem, innit? Because
with a better team. Imagine that with a better team.
Hey, listen, I hear it.
There you are. I can rate that for now.
This sounds like man are being defensive. Why are you bringing Real Madrid into this when I'm not?
Why are you being defensive, bro?
So why can't I make a comment in football now without you bringing up Real Madrid? It's weird, bro.
No, I'm saying the fan base on Twitter, bro. I'm not saying you can't. You can.
All right, so let me just talk about Barca as a football fan. I just praised it. I said, well done for winning the Liga. Woo!
We don't care, though.
I don't need you to add the woo. Like, okay, you know what? I feel attacked when you add the woo.
Okay, now you've won the Liga. Well done.
Treble. The treble.
Thank you. That's all. That's all.
You can't say the treble to G because
Yeah, you can. 3 trophies.
Wait, no, G doesn't rate the League Cup in England, so he can't rate it in Spain. It doesn't
No,
work.
he can. Yeah, he can.
First
No,
and foremost, the League Cup in Spain and the League Cup in England are two different things. So,
Oh, okay. Okay, so Spanish Charity Shield, League Cup, the league. Well done. You win the Champions League as well.
You know what, Bunny?
No, you win the Champions League. No. But I thought you won the Champions League as well, but obviously I remember what happened to the Inter. But what I'm saying is,
I remember I put the Arsenal as well, and Declan Rice put 2.
oh yeah, but we just wanna. So what man can't have a season off winning.
Hold on, ends.
Wait.
Just to understand, are you a Barca fan as well?
No, I'm a
Exactly.
Liverpool fan. No, Jerry, I'm a Liverpool fan.
Then just
All I'm saying,
bro. Just lie them
I
together.
am. Sorry.
Bro, all I'm saying is, so what man can't have a season off winning the Champions League and that? We've only won 4.
Season off. You're Real Madrid, bro. What do you mean season off?
Real Madrid just done what man.
This is why your manager's leaving. You don't get seasons off. Like, this is why the manager has to go.
You lot don't get to talk about that because I'm talking about your club right now and the Spotify deal and all that. What you signed Olmo with. So what I'm saying is,
What's that got to do with anything that you?
I'm digging you up, brother. I'm saying, oh my god, bro, what's wrong with you? I'm saying now you can sign Diaz with proper money.
But I don't
Yours
want
funny.
to sign Diaz.
Yours funny though. I know G's the type to like pay like for the full blown premium Spotify subscription in hopes that he can get Omo over the line. You know, like
and you know what? Because you're still a Barca fan and Liverpool fan.
Liverpool fan.
No, think about it. I'd love used to because now I'm thinking Coutinho went to Barca, you benefited, and when we benefited. Everyone's a winner. Obviously, you have to hold the 4-0 and Trent, quick corner, hooray! You have to hold that. Ends was sad. Obviously, you have to deal with that. But at the same time, you always benefit. You always benefit, bruv. You get me? So I'm proud of you, man.
Can I ask you guys a question? This actually was it's to do with what you just said about the quick corner because we was having that debate in the chat. Yeah, you see the corner taken quickly, right?
Yep.
Was that, in your opinion? Was that the most significant part of the game or not?
No, I think the substitution of Wijnaldum.
Okay, fair.
I think that.
I just want to know what everyone was for. Because we had this debate.
Even though he scored, even though what he did was a fantastic, and I'll rate him for that. It was a great idea and stuff like that. And we ended up going ahead, but Wijnaldum, that substitution, this brother came on angry. He did.
He did. But when you think of, and again, I'm Wijnaldum's biggest fan. Yeah, like he's one of the players I had the number 5 on the back of my shirt in it. Like, I had it, but it's when you think of that moment, no one remembers Wijnaldum like that. They always think of Trent corner taking quickly. Always that moment, even that the commentary and all of that. That was, we done all of that and equalized. But that was the winner, in it.
Do you know what? The only way I would say it for me, when I watch it back, and every single time I watch it back, as soon as Wijnaldum comes on, and then the moment within that period of him scoring, I get goosebumps. That's for me.
Not fair, bro.
Yeah, no. Again, I think that was the most. I think to your question though, Trent's moment was the most.
Yeah, the only reason why I said that because I feel like in any game where you just need one goal. Whoever scores that goal, it's always going to be the most. Even though we know.
But just think. Sorry, just to cut you before you continue. We're not talking about the person who scored the goal because Trent did score it. We're talking about the guy who sets up the goal and the goal.
Yeah, but you just said the corner taken quickly, innit? You didn't say he scored.
No, but to what you're saying is that that's the whole point. Is that my argument was that that was the most important part of the game. Yes, Wijnaldum came on and all of that, but that didn't help us to win. What helped us to win the actual game was that moment, right? And obviously context, which is he took a corner quickly and then we scored. It's not like he just passed the ball to my man and then my man put it in the back. It was a corner taken quickly, which is now an iconic memory in Liverpool recent history, right? That was my argument that I was having with these guys in the chat. They were trying to stuff. I was like, no, I'm gonna be the other stuff.
Funny enough, bro, Origi might have been the most important thing in the whole thing because he scored the first goal. He scored that last goal, and he scored the goal in the final.
The final, yeah.
So,
but yeah, I just remember the Wijnaldum moment, bro. As soon as his brother scores the first one, and then the header, bro, the header was dirty. Great delivery as well, man. I think they all played their part.
I'm not gonna lie, Shaqiri was cold. Klopp. I don't know. He disrespected him a bit for me, man.
No, that's because he went and got a hair transplant in training time, blood. That's what happened, and then
Do you
That's
remember?
what happened.
Was it against West Ham when he went and just that first time ball?
Yeah, bro.
Do you
Man said
remember
that
what happened?
he said he was
Salah
ill.
touched it.
Yeah. He said he was ill in it, and he came back with a full crop blood. Said, hold on a minute, bro. Where you been, bro? Harley Street Medical.
Who said that?
Shaqiri.
Then the receipt dropped out his pocket, blood, and Klopp saw it. That's what I heard still. My sources.
Man said
That's what I was told.
Shaqiri, you know, like he was always walking around. You always had that little like bum fluff on the top of his head and that. He said, I'm ill. He came back, man, had a woolly hat on. I was like, take off your hat. Man had the band on his head, you know, the swelling.
Sacco turned up late to pre-season, bro. What happened to him? We never saw him again, bro.
Yeah, listen, man.
This one flight, you know, and never played again.
It's mad. It's mad. And apparently Trent's like mad lazy, innit? And Klopp still played him. Mad ironic.
Favoritism.
Hey, we needed him, man.
Maybe so. Yeah.
Needed the corner taken quickly, bro.
We needed everything Trent done for us in that time, blood. We weren't winning the league without Trent either, bro.
Oh, okay. So when I was trying to explain how pivotal Trent was to, like, because
hey, what are you getting attitude with me for, bro? I want to get
No, I'm not getting. I'm trying to explain, like.
What, sorry, blood. It's not like you're attacking me. No. What I'm about to say, bro.
Sorry,
I'm just shutting you down, like, yo.
No, as in, obviously, I think it was it Lee Gunner? I think he said something in a video that he did the other day, right? So that's this how the whole conversation even started. He said along the lines of like, basically about how important Trent was to Liverpool during obviously helping us to win like the all these trophies. He was very pivotal towards us doing so, and I was like, yeah, he was like he actually fully was. Like without him, I don't think Liverpool would have, like Savage. I don't feel like we win some of these trophies without him. Kind of, but he's not in the chat in the thing. We're like, nah, it's the team. I'm like, we can say the team, but Trent is a massive component of that. Like one of the top components of us being as good as we was at the time. And that's what I felt. But again, it was just a debate like that we was having. Kind of thing.
Yeah, I ain't gonna try and lie about a man's legacy, but it is what it is, man. It definitely was needed.
Like, who's getting the assist? Like, I think I'm trying to figure out who else is getting the assist. Because remember, it's because of him that we then even had these debates about right backs getting assists. It's because of him and Robbo, by the way. Like both of them. Like,
all right, hear it, man. He's great. Yeah, man.
All I'm saying, at the end, all I'm gonna say, right? Me and G, we went to obviously West Ham. We watched the game. Yeah. That pass is etched into my. I can't get it out.
I still haven't seen a better pass.
And we're watching it like dead on, and we're like, "All right, are you gonna play this?" I've never seen anything like it in my life. Anything like it.
Oh, look at En's ready to lock off the whole stream. You know, he ain't trying to hear it.
Lock it off, isn't it?
No, I was, bro. I was just putting you guys things in the description, man, so the people can go and find you. I ain't trying to talk about Trent. He's no longer our player.
We're talking about Trent in the past when
okay, bro. And he's going to play for Real Madrid, so that's even worse, bro. He's going to the Oxford. He's leaving us.
What, do you think Real Madrid are rivals to Liverpool? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and European.
Definitely not rivals, bro.
I'm sorry, but this whole how can you have a European rival?
Gee, we never had it before, and all of a sudden we've got European rivals.
Because we played them so many last times, and they keep beating us, bro. That's why, G.
So that's not a rival, then.
But that's not a rivalry, bro. They just keep beating us.
How come Porto's not our rivals, but we play them every season too, blood?
No, but obviously they've only won it once, bro. We're talking about European heritage, bro. We ain't talking about the one-hit wonders.
I'm not gonna lie. When you talk about European heritage, we've got heritage. They've got.
We do though. We have heritage.
No, we have heritage. I said we do. I said their one's different. They won 16. We got 6.
Listen, I understand you, man.
We have to do more than double.
It's fine, bro.
To catch them up.
AC Milan, we're the closest to AC Milan, innit? So like,
that's why we got the same as Bayern Munich, or have they got one less than us?
Bayern Munich's got the same.
Oh.
We both got 6. We both got 6. AC Milan's got 7.
That's what Bayern Munich are rival then.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what
Bayern Munich should be our rivals.
Yeah, but he's not going to
Bayern Munich. We're doing, Thiago, come. Yeah.
No, and you're right, but that means you don't just become our rival just because Trent's going there. It's just our rivals in general.
No, they've always been our rival. I've
never heard that before. Still, I've never heard that before the last 2 months. Still,
they're still our rivals, bro. We played them.
I've just never understood how you can have a European rival. Like
we played them loads of times in a final. We've had to play them in the knockout stages loads of times. Obviously, this season
basically the rival's based
in the final.
No. So that means that the rivalry with Real Madrid is just.
Yeah, but we played them in like quarters. I want to say we've had to play them before, and There was one game. There was one game they beat us, bro. Like 3. What was the one when we lost 5? Was it 5-1 or when we scored first?
When
What, Nunes, when he done the flick?
Yeah, when we scored them 2, bro.
5-2.
All right, sir. Thanks.
No. The thing is, I'm not even going to disagree with what you're saying in that regard. I'm just thinking in my head. I'm like, but a European, like, does anybody else in Europe have a European rival? Like, does anybody else?
Nobody does.
So how can we have?
Maybe they do. Ask the other fans, bro.
Do you know what's the worst thing about it is even if the fans are saying that Real Madrid, that we're rivals with them, Real Madrid fans couldn't care less about us, bro.
That's what I'm saying. You know
what it is? I think rivalry probably exists, but rivalries normally come from on trophies. If you're like us and Man U, because we're so close, innit? On trophies and that, bro. Otherwise, if it was Arsenal, it would be Arsenal, bro. I get the City stuff as well. You get me? And it's the same with the Champions League, but obviously we're close to Bayern Munich and AC and Inter and all that with. Real Madrid's way ahead, so you can't be really rivals with them, innit? Like in
Scottish Beard, that's what he said. Real Madrid owner said Liverpool has been Madrid's biggest rival in the last 8 years. Liverpool fans who denied this are Madrid fans.
Oh, so in the last 8 years.
8 years.
So this is a rivalry that we made up in the last 8 years. Okay, fair.
Hala Madrid then. If I'm a Real Madrid fan, Hala Madrid.
The only thing is, bro, this saying it's a rivalry doesn't make
happens when you man tweet. Like you get backlash on Twitter, bro. I'm just saying.
No, because it doesn't. It makes us sound like we got rivals because we keep losing. That's not usually how rivals work.
Now, I keep telling this is why you might get them negative comments when you
but it's
tweet.
true, bro. Like, I'm trying to make us look better, bro. But saying that there are rivals means that there are rivals because we keep losing to them. That's not good for us. That sounds.
But that's what everyone keeps.
Crazy,
but that's literally what happens. We are literally getting little.
That's like what Arsenal keep doing. We keep costing Arsenal for that. Arsenal keep saying Man City is their biggest rivals. How?
Because Liverpool fans and Arsenal fans are so similar. They just don't want to admit.
No, I started saying, yeah. In the last 3 years, we're rivals with Man City.
Exactly that.
Would you agree with that? Are Arsenal rivals with Man City
for the last 2 years? Yeah.
3 technically. No, it'll be 2 in it. No.
2. Yeah, they only compete for
3. They're still in the same. They're still competing for Champions League together. They're rivals right now.
Nah, but in terms of you're talking about competing for the big honors, innit? Like they weren't competing. They only competed the last 2 years. It was us and City for the rest of the time. And then this season they said it was us again. But I didn't see.
I just thought rivals were built off people winning stuff, and Arsenal ain't won anything, bro. So.
Yeah, to be fair, I just need more clarity. Like I needed to because every time I see it, I thought everyone was kind of like half joking when they were saying it. Because in my head, I was like, brother, they can't be our rivals. Like, why would they be? They've got more trophies than us in terms of league wins. They got more Champions League than us. Like, where do we even?
Yeah, they made Champions League, didn't they? So I'm not surprised.
You're very right.
They're very there's moments within the Champions League run. Sometimes you see some funny stuff as well. So.
Very funny stuff. I definitely agree with you with that. I definitely agree with you.
Nothing. I don't want to go into anything else. I'm just saying there's moments where you see like, that's a bit questionable there. But you know,
like Barca against Chelsea, bro. It's a disgrace. Them ones, the referee getting paid off. That ref, we ain't sin again. Sorry. My bad. I shouldn't have brought up Barca. My bad.
I'd advise you guys don't tweet for the rest of the day, bro, because you're gonna get a lot of negativity.
It's a disgrace.
Where's my white flag?
We got drunk,
you will be doing that for Trent this season.
No.
Listen, man. I hope not, bro. But I really hope we're doing that for Bradley, man. So big up Bradley, man. I hope you.
We're not going to do now.
How long do you think that? What ends? Do you think Conor Bradley will stay here for the next 5, 6 years, or do you think he'll be gone?
No, I think he will stay. Yeah.
I've got a feeling. Yeah, it'll be another Flanagan. I like him though.
No, it's all right. Don't give man a backhanded compliment, bro.
No, I'm not giving him a backhanded compliment. I remember in preseason I was rating Calvin Ramsey, bro. Where's Calvin Ramsey?
Calvin Ramsey, my killer.
Low socks, full back. I was like, yeah.
Come on. Take us. Yeah, man.
Because we have
no. Serious question. No, where is he? Like, serious question. Where?
I don't know. To be fair, I haven't checked.
He's on loan. He's on loan in like Scotland or something. He broke his ACL or something.
I'm telling you one thing about Ramsey. You better hope that he doesn't come back to Liverpool pre-season, bro, because you're gonna realize how quick he's better than Bradley Blood. So hopefully, we don't see that.
I think
No,
when I saw it,
I'm being deadly serious
Listen,
in that. You don't want to see me
again,
pre-season, bro.
no, but again, if we go back to it, right? Bradley's in the
Glad you guys are
academy. I
in
think they're the
touch.
same
Yeah.
age.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Bradley's now listen, ends. Bradley's in the academy. I remember them being the same age, right? Liverpool went out of the way and purchased this brother to come and play, be backup to Trent at the time. And Bradley weren't even in the picture. I know football changes, but I'm saying clearly the club thought, yeah, this guy's miles better than Bradley.
Yeah, at the time, and they made a mistake, obviously, clearly.
Yeah, Liverpool make a lot of
You're
mistakes.
You're talking about someone just won the Champions League to someone that's on loan somewhere that's missing, bro. Right?
Who just won the Champions League?
I mean, the Premier League. Apologies. I'm thinking about next season. Sorry, mate. I'm going to next season.
You tried it. Yeah, you tried it.
I'm going to next season. Man, to the big end. You already heard Mo say that.
Manifesting on that. Crazy.
We have to, man. Go outside, put your feet in the dirt, bro. That's what it is.
Hey, man.
No, it's good for you, lads, bro. Don't laugh. It's good for you to.
I want Bradley to do great, man. What are you talking about?
No, don't ignore what I just said, bro. I said it's good for you guys to go outside, put your feet in the ground.
Put your feet in the dirt.
Put your feet, ground yourself. It's good.
You can, all right, man. All of a sudden, you think you're a mandrake and that. You think you're a plant, but you keep doing that.
All right, listen, man. I'm gonna be live later, peeps. Watch along later. Liverpool are playing today, by the way.
I'm just gonna show you, you subscribers, how much Ends cares about you, bro. He decided to do watch-alongs when when nothing means anything anymore, bro. Disgusting
I don't
behavior.
Understand.
You've done more Barca watch-alongs than Liverpool this season.
I have not done more Barca watch-alongs than Liverpool.
Just because you've been hiding on big up on someone else's channel, you've been doing them all season.
That's a lie, bro. I've done two, and not even on my own one. Someone else, big up to Matt, asked me to jump over, so I jumped over. Cool,
yeah, because he needed a Barca fan over there.
No, that's not the case. That's not the case.
All I'm saying is you done Barca watch-alongs when you thought Barca could win the Champions League, but Liverpool, when it don't mean anything, bro. It's crazy.
No, I got yet again. Context,
listen, bro, if you either care about your subscribers or you don't, and I'm just saying.
I care about my subscribers, man.
So you give them the bootleg watch-alongs and that, bro. That's fair enough.
That's the bootleg watch-along. That's true.
We're getting the champions watch-alongs, bro. Do you know what I mean? Not the, you know what I mean? I swear I did do them at the start of the season as well.
Yeah,
and then I did one, and you man said, "Nah, it's because of me why we lost the game." Was it the Forest one?
Nah, that's not what happened, bro. It's your
and
fault.
then you guys said, "It's my fault we lost the Forest." So I said, "Nah, I ain't trying to run no more of them." Then we're not jinx our team, man.
You know the vibes, bro. Dude, champions watch. I'm gonna watch.
No, he hasn't. No, Scraps, don't lie. No, he hasn't. He's done.
I'll come back and done more watch-alongs, bro. I've done 4.
Not Liverpool's though. Not Liverpool's.
Yeah, because Liverpool weren't playing, bro.
You have more Real Madrid watch-alongs this season than Liverpool's. How about that? It's on his channel. Let me go and bring on his channel.
That's fake news, bro. It's fake news, bro. I've done 2 El Clasicos, bro, and they were terrible, blood. They fucking died on screen, bro. So don't try and... don't laugh.
The Super Cup at the start of the season.
First of all, I'm not
the Copa del Rey, and you done both the El Clasicos, bro. So that's
no, blood, because the one we got smoked in the other day, I didn't do it, bro. So that's fake news, bro. I said the one we got smoked in. We've been smoked in all of them all season. Not the point.
I was going to say, which one are you specifically
man, I swear it's 20-0 on aggregate or something like that. But listen... Yeah.
All right, let me go to the lives. Let me go.
I was going to say as well, though. I'll take it from the comments from G and that, bro.
You did Man City Palace. No, Sam. Let me throw these in. You did Palace, Man City, Arsenal,
I swear to God, bro.
Barcelona, Inter Milan, Real Madrid, Arsenal, Barcelona, Real Madrid.
Private.
You did. Where's the other ones?
He's gonna miss out there now. He's gonna miss out there, bro, because obviously I stopped doing watch-alongs on it halfway through the season, bro.
You did Atletico Madrid versus Real Madrid. I didn't even know you did that one. Where was that?
Are you not reading that Liverpool ones? Exactly, bro. You know
what Liverpool ones, bro? What Liverpool ones?
Listen,
I'm just saying, bro, that doesn't sound like Liverpool. And then the other times you just gave us like Southampton versus Liverpool Carabao Cup.
But you know that I was doing all the cup games, bro. It's not my fault we got knocked out straight away. So it's my fault that we got knocked out. We got knocked out.
Hold
of the
on,
FA
what's wrong? What's wrong? If Savage prefers Real Madrid, what's wrong with that?
I didn't say there was. I'm just showing the people
They
that
don't put
they
that narrative
more
out there,
watch
man. Try and get me in trouble, blood. You know what I mean? These lot are emotional, bro. But I'm just saying, like, Ends knows I started to see. I said I was doing the cup games in it. Then we got knocked out to Accrington or something like that. The FA Cup was gone straight away, bro. I did all the League Cup games, but then the final I went to watch it out, bro. You think I want, bro? Big up the subscribers and that, bro. But I'm not staying in for no damn final. Left of that.
G and Savage, quick question for you guys, because obviously you guys have, like, I mean, you've advocated that you've got two teams that you guys support somewhat. If you guys were Trent, would you guys go to Madrid and Barca, respectively?
Yeah, I would have gone, but I would have left 2 seasons.
I would have said my goodbyes time ago, bro.
Jerry, I see what you did there, bro.
Would've
You're a
left
waste, man. I
Once
told
I-
you,
once
the
I
next time
complete
they
the set of
tweet, bro, they're
trophies.
gonna get better stick, bro.
No, once I completed the set of trophies, I would have been gone, boy.
Yeah. As in, Trent's even stayed here longer than I would have.
Yeah, I'm trying to complete football, bruv. You can't expose someone who puts all their stuff out there, bruv. I'm Eminem, I'm B Rabbit, blood. What you think this is a game? I'll just try to
See me, I'm a diehard. Like, listen, I'm not
Same.
even from Palace. I meant Liverpool. Yeah,
Same, it's
Yeah.
Liverpool, bro, not Palace.
Palace, bro. Palace.
Nah, bro.
I respect it, man.
It's my local, bro.
No, you can support the local. It's the local lads, in it, but they're not your team. You just like them.
I don't know, man. I don't know. What parade am I going to?
Are you not? Are you going to the Palace one? It's on the same day as well, by the way.
Exactly, and one's
Jerry's
going to be a
definitely
hell of a
going to
lot cheaper.
You know what I find interesting about that? How do you know it's on the same day?
No.
Let's end the stream. Let's get out of here, guys.
I heard he found out because you text him still, but boy, I digress.
No, don't try to throw shade at me. I'm trying to. I didn't know it was even on the same day.
You said, "Do you want to go to this one?" I said, "No, I'm a Liverpool fan. Sorry, I want to go to this one." That's what
Yeah,
happened. Savage is
I
right.
know what Ends is laughing at. You was looking at flights to Barca 2 days ago, bro.
No, I wasn't, bro. No, I was not.
You know,
I was not.
Wanted to see
Newcastle-
the
Trying to get
game.
some break. Bro, that's it.
Love
Right,
for the love. Big up Savage. Big up G. Big up to Jerry. Appreciate you, man, as always. Their links are in the description. Jerry said that he's going to come back to YouTube next season. So let's see and pray for that one to happen.
He's got a show with K-Mac.
Oh, yeah. He said the first one back.
Pardon?
He's got K-Mac on.
Yeah, the K-Mac and Jerry show.
What?
The K-Mac and Jerry show. Peace.